It's been 5 months since I subbed to you. Musical notes, you have helped me become better artists. Musical notes.
Greetings! Hi, everybody. Hi. There's no tournament arc in Witch Hat. That's what's great. Hi. There's no need for it. Nyam. Hello. How's everybody doing? It's humid and disgusting outside. I went outside and I breathed soup and I was like, ugh, I gagged immediately. It's so humid. How's being kicking me non-stop, but good otherwise. The air is liquid. It's like breathing soup. It's disgusting. It's moist. Oh yeah, happy wall pee-pee. Embrace the moist. Ew, no. Stepped outside and immediately started sweating. I stepped outside and I could feel how humid the air was and I was just like, ugh. Thanks so much for the sub.
Pink Elemental.
Hello, thank you. I got the new Faust. I haven't logged in yet, but like I'll do it in a bit. Limbus gave us a free 10 plus thanks for over 300k people at the same time. Oh yeah, I saw this morning that the servers were having a hard time, so it was like, yay, free 10 plus. I don't miss the humidity when I was in the East Coast. I will take the dry heat over humidity any day. Dude, like, that is one of the things I miss about Mexico. Mexico was not humid. Like, Mexico City was not humid. Lunashi. Mexico City was not humid, and I think that was one of my favorite places about it. If you go up to, like, to the desert, it's also not humid, but if you go down, jungle, ugh.
Did you know the shoujo made 2 more MLP figures the last 2 months?
I did know this. I think that they actually finally made the Changeling one, and another one, but I don't know which one it is. Thank you. The servers were straining under the weight. They were suffering, but I'm glad that Project Moon was like, here you go, have free things.
Beekeeper here. Hello and good
Hi,
evening.
Bee.
When you went outside, were there any bees? I hope they're doing well in that temperature.
No, believe it or not, I haven't seen any bees lately. Might be because it's too hot for them, though. But thank you! That's so sweet! Did you crack the 40 Celsius mark today? No. Thankfully, the island is fine. I don't know if I can say the same for the mainland, though. Hello! Yeah, a fuck ton of wasps you want. I don't want wasps. I don't like wasps. Wasps are mean. Yeah, I like the summer when it's early in the morning and it's not that hot. Wasps are assholes. I told you guys about the wasp nest that like was behind my office last year, right? That like my handyman fucking blasted with fire. Yeah. No protection tools, no nothing. Insane. I haven't seen any nests so far though. I've been keeping an eye out. Wasps are little demons with wings. They're terrible. Wasps are not sweet. Bees are sweet. Bees are cute. Bees are fuzzy. Bees are friends. Not wasps. Your handyman raw dog that epic. I know! I was like, are you sure you're not gonna wear gloves?
Bees
Nah.
are the most beneficial invasive species ever.
Yes.
You can even pet bumblebees. Wasps are soulless monsters who should go straight to hell.
Agreed. Thank you. I was like, don't you want to wear like goggles or gloves or something? He was like, nah. He just went for it. I was like, okay. Yeah, bees, if you leave them alone, they will leave you alone. Bees don't care. I love how everyone in chat is like, fuck wasps. Like, they're pollinators, but they're not as efficient as bees. What are the giant Japanese hornets? Fear.
Heads up, the Imperium of Man has multiple factions.
I will leave that one to Breaky. Thank you.
Lily, have you set out that bee bird bath I mentioned? If not, maybe give it a try. They need the water in these conditions.
Maybe once I have my stuff set up, because none of my furniture has arrived yet, or my plans, so they have no shade.
By the
thank
way,
you.
are you planning to play Jade Constellations before watching TennoCon?
Yes. The plan is gonna be to like play for a bit and then go watch the live. Have you seen how Japanese honey bees fight off giant Asian foreigners? Oh, it's great. They cook them alive. Oh no, no shade. My rooftop garden is not a garden yet so much as like a barren strip of like, you know, ceramic tiles. And there's barely any shade up here at all, which is why we're working on bringing up like furniture and like plants and shit. So that would cool the space off a little bit because right now it's way too hot up here.
Fun fact, the author of Witch Hat and the creator of the Owl House are fans of each other. They have made fan art of the other's work.
Considering the author of Witch Hat has done work for like some Western productions, I'm not at all surprised. That actually makes complete sense to me. Thank you. I feel like you bite, only if you ask nicely.
Fate, Grand Order Na is having their event for Space Ereshkigal and the guaranteed 5 stars if you're still playing. 5,800 bits. I got ho by Carcosan again.
Thank you, although I've never played Fate Grand Order.
Mud daubers are the only friendly wasps.
A name like that sounds friendly, to be fair. Thank you. I was visiting a friend's place and we were talking to the shed and he suddenly tells me to steal and then he sweeps at my shoulder and tells me there was a fucking wasp. I nearly got stung. Ugh. And like the worst part is that unlike bees who can only sting once, wasps sting a fuck ton. Wasps can sting multiple times. They have smooth stingers as opposed to the barbed ones. Hello. We don't need to Fate when we have Limbus. I understand why your fandom is so rabid, by the way. I get it. I finally get it. I'm like in a sea of predatory fucking ass gachas where the story seems to barely matter and they throw a new waifu at you every 2 weeks. Limbus is a breath of fucking fresh air. There's 12 people and that's it. The story is really good. The gacha's stupid generous and you can buy everything. Now I know why Limbus hands are like fucking play it, play it, play it. I would be rapidly trying to convince people to play it too. Like, I'm sorry, but like everybody's like over here thinking like, I wish my gacha was more generous. I wish my gacha had more. I wish my gacha was like this. Limbus is like this. Limbus is like this. Play it. Limbus is that gacha, that dream gacha. Yeah, that's the one. It's Limbus Company. Go play it. It's like, why are people playing it? Do they not know? That's basically the fandom's fucking viewpoint. Dante not getting any respect from your play will never not be funny. Oh, they hate you. Do you play MMOs? Only Final Fantasy XIV. And somehow zero Western marketing. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? I would rather not play a gacha than play Limbus Company. You don't have to pull at all to beat the game. Fun fact. You can literally play the fucking whole story with base units so long as you level them properly and you'll be fine. You barely even need to grind. I feel like I think it is true that like Limbus Company is only a gacha because the CEO needs to make money. Otherwise they can't keep it going. The reason I said away was because I heard it was a gacha. It's not like any gacha ever.
And craving grim darkness.
Oh, take it easy, but thank you so much for the super. I play Mikote. I am a basic fucking Miko bimbo. Although my cat looks nothing like me. No pink hair in sight. You're a cat girl? Oh yeah, I'm that bitch. I am a basic Miko bitch. My father always said your baller is your vote. That's why I do not support predatory games no matter how fun they are. Limbus is not predatory though. I can say that with like a full fucking chest. Having played it myself, it's not at all predatory. Limbus is one of those games that like I give them money because I want to. Not because they're trying to cajole me or annoy me into it. Lee, what happened to you? Simple, I made Lyria before I made Lilyoff. And I'm not changing it. I don't like changing my wool. The wool was never supposed to be an avatar of me, it's its own character. That's why I write it as its own character. Limbus has some things that are a little annoying, like while PP being limited. Yeah, but as opposed to like a FOMO banner every 2 weeks, I'll take Limbus.
Thanks to the shard system, I was able to buy Magical Girl Donkey outright thanks to my wall pipey pulls.
Yeah! Again, it's very generous. Thank you. I'm way too attached to my wool to change him. I do have a second character though. I'm way too attached to Lyria to change anything about her, yeah. We need to fund the anime. I got 3 Limbus Battle Passes so far. First one was $10, second one 5 because they gave me currency back, and the last one was 10 again. I spent 25 and I have 1,000 hours plays on stream. Yep. The only thing that's worth getting, and I'm probably gonna get it once the new one starts, is or if I can like, you know, grind out all of it, is the Battle Pass. I don't mind giving Limbus my money because I don't feel like they're trying to trick it out of me. Another fake Grand Order anime. I do like the fake Grand Order animes. Agreed. I am lucky addicted to Fantasias, but I've always imagined a different appearance as a different wool. Yeah, I mean, some people really like Fantasia and their characters. I don't, personally. I think I'd rather have, like, a cast of idiots as opposed to changing my wool.
Do you think I should become a PNG tuber? Or a VTuber for that matter? I don't really have an issue with streaming, and I already have a beekeeper avatar in my own lore.
If you want to do it for shits and giggles, by all means. Like, it's a really fun time. I feel like streaming is a great hobby. It's not that easy to make it into a career, I can tell you that from experience, but as like a hobby, it's a really fun time, especially if you want to connect with people. Thank you, by the way. I like my lizard wool too much to change her. Your wool is adorable though, Squeaky. My cat's a dipshit. Also, I'm an Emmet Silk shipper girly, so I'm kind of deranged, so it's fine. Yeah, don't go into these things expecting it to become a career. Like, I went into art expecting it to become a career because I was literally trying for that. But for, like, the streaming, it was something that started for fun, and now we're here. Best thing to do is start small. Start small! Yeah, no, Squeaky's right. Squeaky's right. Start small, start with things that are relatively affordable. You don't need a fucking giant fancy setup. You don't need the fucking 5K live 2D. No. Start simple. I usually encourage people to go PNG tuber if they can, because it's much easier to make these. But if you want a live 2D, get a pre-made one or get like one of those custom ones. You don't need something super fancy. Make it exist first, then you can make it good later. And I have to 416,000 subs on YouTube. I know! How the fuck did that happen? Like, I've been streaming for years, and it's only in the last 2 years that I actually managed to get to take off the ground. And I've been streaming on and off since, like, 2018. So, yeah, it takes a while. Would you say that making a PNG tour is hard to make or rig? No, not even a little bit. I managed to make this thing within the course of, like, what, 2 weeks because I was busy with other work? The hardest thing to do for my rig was animation tests and make sure that I made the lip syncing look as good as possible. But you don't need to get this complicated, honestly. Meow. Yago, thanks so much for the sub. Thank you. I'm also happy to help anyone to become a VTuber with tips on where to look, even when I had a panel account about it. Yeah. For me though, like I'm insane, so I make most of my own assets. Although I do want a live 2D at some point for shits and giggles, which I'm probably not gonna make on my own. But the PNG I always make myself.
The Walpurgis did not wanted the characters, just the ego and the new announcer. Ended up with both characters and had to pity the announcer.
I feel like while PP will never give you what you want, it will give you what you need. Thank you. I found you out like 4 years ago and I found this channel. Oh yeah, a lot of people didn't know that I'm like the same person, and then they're like, wait a minute. Your art's, because I've been posting some safe for work stuff on YouTube, and then people are like, your art style is weirdly familiar, and I'm like, yeah, I wonder why. I got 5 stupid egos. It's like I got cursed by someone. I don't know what you mean. I think that PA YouTubers are more fun to watch than VTubers. Both types of models have their pros and cons. The pros of something like mine is versatility in expressions, because I have like 8. And if you're using PNG Studio, you could have more. I just really like the lip syncing for Honk in particular. Pros for Live 2D is that it has actual rigging. It does follow you. It might not be as... It might be a little bit more limited in its movement, but there's more bounds to it. It's a little bit more lifelike. They find your saucy stuff in the back quarters of the internet. Yeah, I'm not about to... I'm not about to fucking point people to it. All you guys need to know is that I have a Patreon if you want to go look it up. Can't put links in here. Both websites for obvious reasons, but... If you're a fucking consenting adult, you know where to find me. Because sex. The TF2 video was a big change. TF2 was one of them, and then just getting into character design in general, it started with League, with like the League tier list, which was very funny. And then when I moved to Spain, the TF2 video kind of did it. And I think by then I had like my full design done too. Don't check Green Google, just check Google. Green Google will not point you directly to my stuff. Hi! Thank you, Squeaky. I already have someone in mind for Live 2D. I just have to actually like sit down and organize that stuff. I found you because of the TF2 video. Yeah, a lot of people did. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow process because all this shit takes time and I'm super busy and baby hasn't helped at all. But I will get one at some point for shits and giggles.
For some reason, I'm still hung up on Jax's reaction to Azumarill with the flute and everything.
Her fucking recorder sent me to orbit. It was so funny. I'm sorry. I was so thrown off. I loved it. Thank you. Magnet Man, thanks so much for the membership. 11 months flew by pretty quick. I'm ready to hear more from the Brickman about the grim darkness of the future. Yeah. I think we're going to do Hat Atelier first because it's a bit shorter. I saw your TF2 stuff and then I saw the League and I was like, wait, they stream? Yeah, again, like... By the time I started streaming seriously was the time that you couldn't post links on Twitter anymore, so I couldn't announce to people that I was live. So a lot of people don't know that it's the same person. I post my streaming schedules on Twitter and on Blue Sky and community posts and stuff, but like not enough people knew.
I found you through Green Google, but I discovered your stream from your Manhunt Wilds armor review.
Thank you, Benandi. Thanks so much for the sub. I know, yeah, like you can find me through a lot of places. I am versatile. No, Jax truly is my long-lost twin. I wonder if I got switched with my sister at the hospital because I feel like it had to be Jax. Hi! I found an Ultra Goonie gacha called Book of Yoga. The designs are crazy, not in a good way. It might be worth a look. Is it, like, crazy in a point that could get us banned, though? Let me check. Because, like, I've seen some new Azure Lane stuff, and I'm like, wow, if I show this on YouTube, I'd get ganked. Are you guys starting a band? We just need to give symbols to Joel. Potentially, actually. If it's something that can get me banned, I can't make a video out of it, unfortunately. YouTube gets real titchy with these things. That's not that Goonie. Looks about as Goonie as any other gacha. Oh. Well, that's a bit more boob than I would expect. Yeah. Where are these things coming from? Okay, like... Yeah, no, I would say it's Goonie in a unique way, but it's still quite Goonie, yes. It's like Goonie, but it's not as insane as Azure Lane. Azure Lane actually made me audibly gag the other day. It looks generic as fuck. That's probably why I've never heard of it. God, it's the same silhouette for everybody, too. That's so boring. God, MiHoYo inbred their design so much that now every gacha copies the MiHoYo inbreeding, and it's terrible to look at. Christ on a bike. Like, Azure Lane is only differentiating itself because they're naked.
Any more collabs with Joe Wool planned in the future? I really enjoy their streams, as they too have a great respect for bees.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna be streaming the Tenno live together. So on Saturday, we're gonna be watching the presentation together. Wait, is Book of Yob the one with the... It's the one with the most disgusting centaur I've ever seen. Oh, I remember this. It was foul. Disgusting. Ew! I remember this centaur. That one was vile.
Why do you say nya all the time? What does it mean?
It's cat noises. Thank you. I want to let the FBI know, agent that monitors me, that Azure Lane is sent to the other day, so it's supposed to be improportional. Okay, the one that I audibly gagged at? Yeah. Okay, this is terrible. This is the worst fucking horse I've ever seen in my life. Imagine this, chat. A centaur, but with human legs.
Flashjits has second channel Tom and Dom where they talk about 40k and other stuff, also occasional furry lore. I'd recommend their funny 40k lore vids.
Thank you. Look at this. Imagine a centaur, but instead of a horse body, it has human legs. Like the human centipede. No. Ah! What the fuck, Spanish? Did I never show you this? It's terrible. I hate it. Look at the human ass on... There's human asses on both sides. Twice the pussy! They were like, I don't want to fuck a horse. They just put another human ass in the back. It's terrible. It's the most cursed thing I've ever seen. How would you like double pussy? It's like 8 legs, 7 vaginas. Just make a human at that point. I know.
I'm gonna start vomiting, honey.
It's terrible. It's really bad. Like the thigh squish on it is vile also.
As a great man once said, huh?
It's so bad. I'm sorry. It looks terrible. Like they just made a girl, sat her down, and then stapled another girl's ass to the party. It looks like they just stuck another woman to her butt and called it a day, because that's literally what they did. Could you, like, quadruple penetrate this? Yes. Does she still have hooves? I don't think so. They look like normal human feet.
Thanks for the nightmares. Your bill for my mental health will arrive shortly.
You can't find me. I'm behind 7 proxies, but thanks so much for the sub, Aldrel. Thank you. It's so... Oh, they did it so that from the front, it would look like a normal woman. Ew. Oh, no. No. Just get rid of the horse fat part. Just get rid of the back. That's so fucking vile.
I actually want to throw up. Wildly cursed.
This is the most cursed thing I've ever seen in my life.
I know regular centaurs are not for everyone, but it has to be say-ier than this.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'd rather have the actual horse body than whatever the fuck this is. It looks terrible. Oh, I'm assuming still gone wrong. Yep.
Can you get her 2 pregnant?
Yes, you can, probably. It's really bad. What in all of Helheim was I looking at? A horse. Who thought this was hot? People that are afraid of actual animal people. Speaking of gross, I'm starting Chain-Smoking Catgirl tomorrow. I'm trying to watch it tomorrow. I'm actually kind of hyped about it. Hobby's very excited. That's one anime that I don't give a fuck, like, if people don't like it in Japan or whatever. I'm watching it because the production value is so fucking high. Japan hates anime for some reason. Because they're not showing a quirky girl failure. They're showing an actual girl failure, like an actual depressed person.
Why can't we have a cute bee girl instead? OR a bee queen mature grill. WHYHYHYHYHY.
Because a lot of people think that bugs are spooky scary. Thank you. Can't wait. Have fun. It's a ride. No, like, I've read some of the manga. I had to stop when I got pregnant for obvious reasons. But, like, now that I've cleared the everything makes me want to vom phase, I can go back to it. How come they don't like it? It's about one of their national pastimes, smoking. Oh, they don't like it because it's actually, like, way too realistic with the grossness. And a lot of people couldn't fucking take the fact that knowing that some people actually do like this, because it pulls no punches when it comes to, like, the actual filth of society, if it makes sense. Like, there is a social commentary about the anime, but it is a good comedy. The main reason I want to watch it is because it's absolutely hilarious. But it does show a more harmful side of addiction, a harmful side of, like, letting yourself go, of depression, of, like, absolute filth, like... There is social because, like, all the cat girls in that show, I can tell you this much from what I've read, all of them have some form of addictive tendency. And it seems to me, it's not like, explicitly said, but every single beast girl, like, cat girl, it seems to be, like, the lower rung of society. The side of society that Japan does not like to show to people. Japan only wants foreigners to see, like, the perfect salaryman experience, you know? Not that.
So it's about as mangold as a depressed cat girl?
No. Way more smoking. Thank you. Japan is very about the fantasy and escape when it comes to their media. If things are too real, it's hard to get animated. Yeah, but, like, the funny thing about Chainsmoking Cat Girl is that it's so fucking funny that it got into production anyway. And it's actually fucking hilarious. I'm sorry that your mental idea of a fail girl is a girl in a pink room full of toys who does just shower once in a while. No, yeah. If anything, this is just giving a lot of the anime weeb fanboys a dose of reality, which they cannot stand. Japan spends a lot of time and money to keep a specific version of them portrayed in media, which, yeah, a lot of people fall for. Yeah, like we have junkies and smokers in other countries, but a lot of Japan really didn't like Yamineko, no. Alright, we're about to start segment, okay? People don't like the real version of a girl failure. No.
Other day I seen lewd art of Xenomorpha, Czech artist, senior concept artist on Warframe. The most funny thing about Warframe.
Oh yeah, they've drawn some smoke before. Thank you. Alright. So we got another double segment day on the roster today. As you guys know, one of the animes that dropped this season is a little gem called Hat Atelier. If you ask me my very humble opinion, this to me was the very best anime this season. It was made beautifully, the story is really compelling, the world building is super solid, and for the most part, it has really, really cute aesthetics. Now, watching this shit made me feel like I was watching a Blood Diamond, because it's so well animated and so well made, you just know some animators got exploited to filth for it. But, I do think that watching this anime is well worth it just for the story alone. It sets up a really, really neat premise. It's magic in a way that I haven't seen before, but that also makes a lot of sense. If you guys want, like, a brief little fucking synopsis for it, by the way, the website is goated. We're gonna be using it to do the review today because it's so well put together. The anime is about a girl called Coco who is a huge fan of magic, which seems to be something that's inherently, like, a thing in their world. And there are witches in the world of Hat Atelier, and no one knows how it works. People assume that witches are born, not made, so no one really knows how magic exists. Coco happens to, by some form of accident, find out how magic works, which is by drawing, and accidentally curses her mother. And so, instead of having her memory erased so she can never fucking do magic again, because that's the norm in Witch Hat, she gets taken in as a student by another character called Keyfree, and it's basically like her journey of becoming a witch. It's actually so sweet, so well made, the music is beautiful, the animation is phenomenal, and everything is really, really compelling. But what I want to talk about today, because you guys know me, is I want to talk about the character designs for Witch Hat Atelier, because there is a very colorful cast of characters in the show, and all of them have, like, a beautiful aesthetic that, while quite cohesive, still has every character given their own flair. So we're using the website today for this, because the Witch Hat website is actually fucking goated. Look how pretty. And we are going to go to the character list. So this is their character page. There's like, I think 19 characters here that are of note according to Witch Hat. And we will begin with our baby girl Coco, I think. Very, very pretty sight. So let's start with our main character. Let's start with our girl Coco. The manga's actually pretty great too. No, the mangaka's really talented, and she was involved in the production of the anime as well. A baby, yes. Okay, so this is Coco. Coco is our main character, baby girl. Now, this is the version of Coco that's actually wearing her witch uniform. She has a couple of different outfits in the series, but this is the one that you're gonna see her wearing the most. Every witch apprentice has this uniform, but they all like to give themselves little bits of flair. Now, Coco, the thing I like about her is that she has a very soft silhouette in general. She's very warm-toned, although her hair, I see people argue about her hair being green or blonde. I think it's a almost like tennis ball yellow, just not as saturated, and she has like soft golden eyes. She has, like, a very round vibe in general, even when she's not in her witch uniform. She has, like, a bob haircut. She has, like, really soft legs, really cute little baby shoes, leggings. It's, like, a super cute fantasy vibe while still having some modern flair to it. It's something that you'll notice about Witch Hat. There's some characters that dress more modern-ish than others, but the fantasy vibe is almost always there. And for the Atelier uniform, they have a very simple white shift that some students tie it with a belt, others don't. That has like some etching, some white etching on the collar. You can't really see it here. And then on top of that, they have this like teal cloak type of vibe, which has these like really cute dangling tassels. The color balancing in it is beautiful because it has some really nice contrast between like the teal and some black, and then it really pops with the white of the dress. And in Coco's case, she has her little yellow shoes, which match her hair. It actually ties the color scheme together quite nicely. And the most important part of this outfit, and I will argue any outfit in Witch Hat, is the hat. Witches in Witch Hat Atelier always wear the pointy cap. It's super cute. And it's normally a pointy cap, and that's it. It's like a dunce cap, but like smarter. Does that make sense? And for Kifri's Atelier, that's the one that she joined, it's a teal hat with a little yellow poof and a white trim. She's a summer child. She's the cutest fucking thing on the planet. Very open facial expression. Not a ton of details like eyelashes or anything like that, because Coco, believe it or not, Coco's fairly young. Coco seems to be like 12 years old. This is a pro tag, which is not that old, which for anime, it's a little bit, it's not uncommon, but it's not as often seen because most people prefer to go with characters that are a bit older for shows like this. But for Coco, I do think it's perfect. Now, the thing I really like about Coco's vibe is how open she is. Coco is a person that's like very accepting of things, and you can see it in her face. She's very open-minded, she's very friendly, the eyes are round, the lips are round, she has like really big ears, which are also really, really rounded. And even, like, the top of her hat doesn't seem outright pointy. It has a little bit of a roundness to it. It's super cute. A magical daughter. Yeah, Coco learned about magic kind of, like, by accident, so she's still getting used to the world. As for accents on the outfit, I really, really like the little hanging ribbon tassels that the cloak has. It's not really a cloak. It does button somehow. So it's not exactly a cape. It's not a cloak either. They do show how it works in the show. But I do think it's a very cute uniform as far as things go, because with stuff like this, you're expecting, like, floor-length robes. Or, like, your typical quintessential anime uniform and a cape. Because they do that in, like, Wisteria, Wand and Sword. They do that shit in, like, Harry Potter. But for Witch Hat, I like that they kept it a bit more fantasy-coded. A little bit more, less school and more everyday study. Because technically speaking, every witch apprentice can join a different witch. They're not like tied to like one specific school or anything, and I find that very sweet. It's very refreshing. It makes it feel less like a school anime than anything else. And they do another thing I like, and this is about world building in general for Witch Hat. Keep in mind I've only really seen the anime, so please don't spoil the manga for me. Is that everybody can do magic in the same way. Everybody can learn how to use the same spells. It completely depends on practice and your own artistic skill, which I think is pretty neat as an artist myself. Most animes like to do this thing where, like, they're making, like, characters, like, special, and they like to point out, like, oh, born genius, no seke. Witch Hat doesn't do that. Everybody can learn in exactly, like, the same ways. Yeah, it's literally pick up the pen, and anybody can learn. I cast stick figure. You could still make a spell even if you can't draw the well. Like, Coco doesn't draw that well, and she can still cast. Like, it's literally pick up the pen. And I do like that there is a certain artistic vibe to the designs, but it's not, like, overtly, like, you know, your stereotypical artist fit, which is, like, you know, beret and shit like that. It's more fantasy. Another thing to note is that you will never see the witches in the show having a hat with a brim, because that ties you to Bad Witch. There's, like, two factions. But Coco is only just learning, so she has, like, the student fit. She has, again, a lot of other outfits in the show, casual fits, all that jazz, but this is the thing you'll mainly see her in. Yeah, brim hat are supposed to be back. Bad, bad, bad. Alright, now let's talk about Keyfree. Keyfree, you could call him the main lead of the show. He is Coco's teacher and one of the first witches that you will encounter in this show. Now, Keyfree, unlike Coco and unlike his students, has a lot more of a grander vibe to him. That's really funny that, like, his eyes look gold in this image. I think they're blue. But yeah, Keyfree has, like, a very, very cool, very imposing silhouette. His outfit is a little bit more traditional fantasy. He has some very nice, long, billowing robes that he wears on top of, like, a black, really tight shirt. And then he has, like, a gray cloak on top of it. Every witch that's, like, an adult gets a specific hat that they get to design themselves. Keyfree's has a pointed cap with the same pattern as his students, but his is gray, and he has a really, really, really long tassel on it as well. He's not a character that has a lot of color in his design, which is actually something that I kind of like, because it makes the colorful parts of his fit really pop, which is the gold and the fact that his eyes are, like, a bright fucking blue. It's a very warm-toned gray as well, so it's pretty nice to look at. There's nothing really cold about the character except his actual hair color. That one has a blue undertone. And the thing that makes him just so pretty is his face. His face is so gorgeous. This dude is way too pretty for his own good. Like, super handsome face. I love the black brows. I love the kind of, like, spiky hair. He has hat hair because, like, what witch would not have hat hair? And for the most part, he just looks really sweet, kind of approachable. He has his sides, which as every character does. But for the most part, Keyfree's very approachable. And you'll notice that in his silhouette that he is very easy to follow. There's a lot of really good flow to this design. A lot of circles. In fact, the main bulk of repetition for Keyfree's fit is in his buttons. Everything flows really, really naturally. It's really easy for the eye to follow. You start at his hat and you can follow the tassel down to his cloak and then down to his feet and then back up. So, in general, it's a really good design because it has a really nice sense of flow to it. But it also shows that Keyfree as a character is rather guarded. Because he's almost always wearing the cloak. He only really takes this off if he's at home with his students. And it does seem to almost be embracing him in a way and makes him not be very open. I like that one of his spectacles is, like, blacked out. It gives him a nice little bit of mystery. You never see his other eye. At least at the point that I've watched, you've never seen the other eye. And there's a good reason for that, I'm sure. A story one. But for the most part, it just kind of keeps you guessing on his character. I'm glad they're not calling male witches warlocks because it's not the same thing. No. They don't call them wizards either. Everybody's called a witch in the show. Man or woman, doesn't really matter. And again, Keyfree's not wearing a brimmed cap because that is bad guy thing. So his is very similar to his students. It just so happens to be a different color. He's also stupid tall. There's a lot of length to this character. The hat doesn't help. The hat makes him feel even taller, I think. Which is very, very cool. I think it's a really cute take on witches and wizards in media. Because most of the time, when you think of witch, you think of the witch with the brimmed hat. The black cloak. Or the Halloween witch. You don't often think of something like this, which is very much medieval coded. Still very magical, but does not have the same vibe of mystery that your traditional run-of-the-mill witch has as well. He does have a little bit of jewelry here and there. He has like a half-sun pin keeping his cloak together with a little tassel that actually matches the tassels on his students' hats. And the gold buttons, but other than that and his spectacles, he doesn't wear a ton of accessories, so he's a very simple character design. You'll notice this very quickly with Hat Atelier that the designs are actually super, super simple, and I think that's part of the reason why they animate so well. It's because they have they're easy to break down, like it's just very simple shapes. Just long billowing cloaks, robes, a square collar, a triangular cap. Super easy to work with. He's a simple man. He's so cool. He is very cool. I wish I could show you guys a little bit more detail, but the website doesn't have a ton of other images of what he looks like when he's like just casually sitting around. But what he does for the most part is just takes off the big gray cloak and that's it, and a hat. Editors, can you guys put some shots in if you can find screenshots of the anime? Because I genuinely do think that it's worth seeing Keyfree in all his beautiful man glory. He's very, very pretty. I've seen some people call him Witch Gojo, but, like, I will say this in the nicest way possible. Gojo doesn't own blue eyes and white hair. Their personalities could not be more different. Keyfree's not nearly as cocky. He's very much dad-coded. I feel like he just genuinely wants to, like, teach and that's it. He's older than Gojo. He came first. Yeah, he's also not stuck in a box. Yeah, I think that Witch Hat is actually a bit older than Jujutsu Kaisen, isn't it? It's still fun to call him that, though. Never do that to an artist, by the way. They will strangle you. Genuinely, if you fucking say that to an artist, like, about their OC or anything, they will kill you. Or they'll hate you forever. And you're gonna be like, why do they not want to talk to me anymore? It's like, It's because you committed a mortal sin. Okay, I got some cute pics. If you guys want to see the actual body type of this absolute twink of a man, yeah. Some people being like, oh my god, he's super built. No, he's actually fairly twinky. He just has a lot of cloak. He's an absolute man-slut. It's a very tight shirt, okay? He just pulls down, like, the top parts of, like, the white of the robe. And then he just wears, like, this, like, really tight muscle shirt and, like, the skirt thing on top of his trousers. And that's how he, like, spends his time. It's so tight. Is he a wood for you? Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, like... I've seen the Fujoshis trying to claim him, though, with, like, with Ollie, but for me though, he's just such a dad. He's so cute. He's so pretty. That's not muscle. That's vacuum sealed. Yeah, you could argue that it's actually fucking vacuum sealed onto his body, but it shows off his frame really nicely, and the fact that like he is a scrawny dipshit. This is not an athlete. This is an artist. All right, he only has muscles in his arms. But that's what I think makes him so appealing to us girly pops, is the fact that like. It's a very pretty man with a nice lean musculature and very fatherly. We love that. We love a capable man. So Keyfree's actually, I think, an incredibly cute character, and I'm excited to learn more about him as the show goes on. We're going to be moving through the students of the Atelier, which are actually supporting characters now. So we start with Agot. Now, if you are thinking of yourself, wow, this character looks unlikable, you would be right. Agot is, difficult at best, let's leave it at that. And you'll notice very quickly that besides the shoes, the students of Keyfree's Atelier don't really wear their uniforms super differently. That's actually something that I noticed when I first started watching the show. Oftentimes with anime, with school uniforms, every student will try and, like, personalize the uniform to their own likes and dislikes. Persona is actually very good at doing this. Persona 5 specifically, the Shujin Academy uniform, have no dress code. At all. It doesn't fucking matter. Everybody can just wear the uniform however they want. But in Witch Hat, for the most part, the students all wear the uniform the same. And that is because I believe in canon, witches do value their uniforms quite a bit. Like, they're officially given to them by their teachers. There's like a whole like fucking sanctioned thing so you can get them. So yeah, everybody kind of wears them the same. Agot, though, you can tell a lot more about her character from her actual facial expression and from the work that's done with, like, her hair and demeanor more than the uniform's design. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Agot has a very closed-off face. She's very cold. Not only does she have a fairly cold color scheme in general, being mostly purple, she also has a very closed stance. Her body language is not nearly as open as Coco. She is a very wary person, and you can tell from just how she stands. Again, the outfit has a phenomenal sense of flow, so it's kind of tricky to spot this at a glance, but you can definitely tell that she's not as, like, caring or open as Coco is. Her legs are very close together. She has a hand on her hip. The other one's probably, like, limp at her side. She's staring straight at you, but she's not emoting at all. A very, very serious character. Her hair is very messy. It does give her some sense of chaos. It's not as, like, friend-shaped of a silhouette as Coco. There is some triangle shapes in there, so there's a little bit more of intensity. But the main thing I would have to say about Agot, at a glance, and this was if I was someone who had not watched the show, if I was doing this review blind, I would say that she seems like a really, really cold person. And she kind of is. Yeah, she stares people down. She has, like, purple eyes and purple hair. The eye colors tend to match, by the way, the hair colors in Witch Hat, which I think is really cute. But the character designer, the author, actually planned these color schemes out really well because all of them look very nice with teal. Like, the color of the robes, it's not a neutral color, which is kind of what you would expect if you have anime characters with schmancy hair colors. But they picked colors that play off really nicely with that teal, so that blue, purple, that purpley, like, black shade she has in her hair looks super pretty with the green. And then she has a very similar shade on her shoes, they're called sylph shoes. But you'll notice very quickly that, much like Coco, her hair color matches her shoes. If I was going to equate Agot to any type of artist, because every fucking girly pop in this show is a type of artist, and I can tell you that for a fact, being an artist myself, Agot would be clout obsessed. Agot cares about numbers, she cares about the recognition, she cares about making a name for herself. The reason she doesn't like Coco, and she does make this very clear in the show, is that she sees Coco as an outsider that has no effort, but somehow everybody knows about her. And she got recognized by Keyfree, who is a very good teacher. So Agot, as an artist, is that. It's like the clout-obsessed one. The one that can't see anything past the numbers and the fame that she desperately wants. She desperately wants to prove herself and get out there and, like, do that and do her thing. But she's not quite there yet, because a lot of the times when you're desperately looking for something as an artist, you're not going to find it. You will find it more through experience than by trying desperately to attain a goal that you're not ready for yet. She is a perfectionist to a fault, and it also shows in her design because she has such a stern facial expression. Her eyes are very, like, heavy-lidded. She's very focused. She looks focused, but in looking so focused, she tends to come across as cold and angry. She's a Bakugo type. Not exactly. She's not explosive. Not usually, anyway. One of those. So she wants clout. She wants to be recognized by a specific person in particular, I believe her mother. It's not so much clout, it's like she gets very jealous or very, like, irritated at people that she feels don't deserve it. She feels like she's put in a lot of work over the years to get where she is, and some yee-ass blonde bimbo comes in and immediately gets accepted and becomes an apprentice when she's been at this since she was, like, able to pick up a pen. It's the type of person who will get artist envy of someone that they perceive, like, just metaphor, that they perceive have less skills, but more likes on Twitter than what she does. She's not necessarily wrong, but as an artist, that attitude would destroy you. Absolutely will destroy you. And yeah, I think it generally shows in her design, and since they all have the same uniform, you kind of have to infer a lot of personality things based off hair, shapes, and body language. Also, child. Yes, child is part of it. We continue with the pink thing! Now, Tetia, I think she might be my favorite out of all the girly pops besides Coco. She is an absolute joy and gem of a character, and it shows immediately in her character design and body language. Now, Tetia is one of the few that actually accessorizes her little atelier uniform a bit more. She has a little, like, triangular petticoat underneath the normal shift. She wears, like, tall boots over her leggings. She has her cute little twin tails, very fluffy pink hair, pink eyes as well. She's so precious! If you watch the show, you will know why I like this girl immediately. She is that artist that's, like, the go-getter, wants to, like, create her own thing, but wants it to be perfect, right? She's like, trying very hard to do something to make a mark in the world, but she also kind of tends to obsess over details at times. And I think that Tetia is, from what I've seen of the show, the type of artist that enjoys drawings for others, not for herself. She likes to make things for other people because she wants to make other people enjoy her work, if that makes sense. Now, this in itself does not sound like a bad thing, but it can also be an attitude as an artist that can be harmful because finding joy in your own work for yourself is just as important as drawing for other people. As for the design itself, again, beautiful color combinations because that pink does not at all look weird with the teal. I like that we gave her some more warmth to the design as well. Like, she has brown boots that are actually very warm toned. That actually makes the leggings look way more warm toned. Her body language is also open like Coco's, but it's really high energy. There is something in Coco's character that seems a little bit more insecure. And Tetia has a lot more confidence. She's a little bit more open about it. She also has a little bit more to her face that makes her a little bit more energetic, a little bit more feminine. She has, like, visible eyelashes. Her brows are a little bit thinner. She likes to put her hair up in, like, cute twin tails. It's, like, curly, very pink, very cutesy. And that's how I would probably describe Tetia, as just very cute. I want that spell that she used. Oh, yeah, if you know the one, you know the one. She is a bit of a people pleaser, yeah. And you can tell from, like, how she stands around that, like, she wants to make a good impression, and that's, like, the most important thing to her. Every single girly pop in the Atelier is an artist archetype. And I can tell you this as an artist myself. So Tetia is the people pleaser, the draw for other people, not so much think of how to draw for yourself. Completely find a way to do things, but you should also find enjoyment in your own work. She likes to be thanked and praised. Because she likes and she thanks people for thanking her and praising her. Yeah. So that's why she's the people pleaser. It's really cute, though, because I love the little detail that she has a different petticoat, that she always, like, does her hair really nicely, that she has, like, really comfy-looking soft boots. She doesn't wear sylph shoes, the same way that Agot does and Coco does. Like, she actually has the sigil on her boots, but, like, she prefers her boots. And again, it's the same silhouette, uniform-wise, as all the other girly pops, but she puts her own spin on it, which I think is very sweet. The designs are very wholesome, they're very cute, they're very playful, and they're also playful in a way that really ties to the fantasy setting that the show is in. There's nothing, like, super modern about Witch Hat if you watch the show. It's very much fantasy-coded. But I like how they combined medieval silhouettes, like the hat, with more modern, playful designs, like the shorter skirts, the leggings, the cute little shoes, the tassels, all that jazz. It's a really, really, really solid aesthetic for a fantasy world that... And it also is fairly simple. It's not a very complicated way to design things at all, which I love, personally. Yeah, her hat she wants 2 points on her hats. That's allowed, I think, by the way. You can have a hat with 2 points, you just can't have a brim. No brim, but she wants a point for each twin tail, which I think is really sweet. Sheila's very cute. And then finally, of the students, we have Riche. Now, this is one that I kind of struggle to pronounce. You will notice about Riche a lot. Is that she probably has the most closed-off silhouette out of all of them. Her uniform is significantly longer than the other 3 students. It actually goes below the knee. She has a very skinny limbs, so she has like a very, very slender frame. She's wearing still the leggings and she has her little boots, but her boots are like kind of baggy. They almost look like slippers. And most notably about her is her facial expression. It's kind of deadpan. Super cute, mind you. I find this design absolutely adorable. If Tetia was not my favorite because I have a pink thing bias, it would be her. Ultra short bangs and super long ribbony-like hair. The same uniform as everyone else, but again, her own spin on it is the length more than anything else. And the fact that she seems to almost blend into her. Now, I don't want you guys to make the mistake to think that this is a shy character. Far from it. She's not shy at all. She is just very much doing her own thing, and that's the only thing that she wants to do. The thing I like about her is that, unlike the other girls, which have some warmth to their color scheme, Reach is completely cold. There is, like, no warm in her color scheme at all, except for the shift that she's wearing underneath the teal cape. It's like an icy baby blue, same with the eyes, and you can tell the difference in kind of, like, the personality. I would say that, like, she's, like, the deadpan funny one. Because her eyes are kind of, like, half-lidded. She has, like, really thin brows. A very, very delicate face. And a very delicate body to go with it. So she's, like, very, like, little. She's very short. And she looks short. The length of the outfit makes her look much shorter. And she also probably has the most cohesive sense of flow out of all of them. Because her hair is so long that it flows right into the cape. Out of all the characters, who do you think would be like your daughter, theoretically? Hard to say, actually. But yeah, she's a little bit introverted, you could say. Reach is the type of artist that, they are the artists that only do what they want. And it's very explicitly stated in the show. But they're also, like, if I was going to equate it to, like, a modern-day type of artist, it's the type of artist that only draws their OCs and nothing else. Refuses to touch fan art, refuses to touch any other type of franchise. Repetitively will draw the same thing over and over and over again, and will be very good at their own stuff, but if you ask them to draw something they're not familiar with, she will not be able to do it. Or one of those people who would just draw one shape for the whole entire life. Not open to feedback in the slightest, is not a fan of criticism at all. And struggles because of this. She looks icy. She actually has a very cutesy personality, though. Yeah, she barely speaks. She only talks when she's comfortable. Like, she is Kudera-coded. Yes, I would call her this. She prefers to do her own thing at her own detriment at times. Will not draw the cubes and spheres to learn perspective. No. Crippling over-specialization. Exactly, exactly. And again, there are artists like this. I've met a few in my day that would endlessly bitch and moan at me about, how come you're getting more of an audience than me? We're both drawing similar things. And I was like, have you tried doing a bit of fan art? Maybe? That tends to make people happy. And they were like, no. I only want to draw my OCs. I'm like, well, then that's why probably you don't get as many people. You have to make people to care about your OCs first, but you need an audience for that. So all these characters seem to have one key crippling feature in them. Yes, yeah. Where Coco lacks experience, that would be like her crippling feature. She really lacks the experience. Coco's like the one that desperately wants to be an artist, and she wants to catch up really fast, but she's not quite there yet because she hasn't developed the skill set for it. Agot is the one that gets artist envy if she doesn't think that someone deserves it. Tetia is the people pleaser, and Riche is, I will only do my own thing. And again, all of these traits kind of show in their designs how closed off they are to different things. Agot has a very, like, stern posture, but she's not as closed off as Riche is. Riche is, like, very much shrimping, hunched in on herself. Leave me the fuck alone energy, you know? The cloaks look like they serve as aprons. If you've ever seen an artist work at an atelier before, the shift that they are wearing underneath the uniform is actually something called a smock. You see them very often in old-timey artists that you wear kind of like a white shift with slightly puffed sleeves, but very much tightly cuffed on the wrist so you don't get, so your sleeves don't get in the way. It's mainly to catch paint, so you don't get any paint on your actual work clothes. There are a lot of artist-esque things throughout the show that you will find as you watch it, but they're very subtle, and I think it's a nice way to incorporate the artist side of the design into using the traditional smock as part of the uniform. Has Kiefer transcended the artist stereotypes? I don't think so. His stereotype is the teacher. Yeah, keeps the paint off. Exactly. Kiefer's just a really nice teacher that lets you draw your anime girlies. Remember, they're children, they will have flaws. Every character should have a flaw regardless of their age. Kiefer has flaws too. And I do think it's important that these characters have flaws and have like their own archetypes, because that makes them more compelling to follow and see how they grow as the series progresses. Yeah, they wear white, but they work with ink. And again, the smock is a really nice thing to like add to the design, I think. Smocks and shifter underwear, though, I think that these look more like tunics. We call them smocks in the artist side of things, because they kind of look like smocks. It's just like a fucking white big shirt that you put on over your clothes so you don't get them dirty while you're painting. An artist smock, so to speak. Ribbon baby. I love Riche. Teti is my favorite, but I love Riche. Alright, and that's all the students. Let's talk about some other characters. Okay, so Olrugio, dad number 2, father number 2, okay? Like, this is why the Fujoshis have claimed Kifri, by the way. So, Kifri doesn't live alone in his atelier. He lives with this character, whom I think is fucking phenomenal. Now, if you are thinking, wow, this actually looks like a stereotypical wizard, you would be correct. Ollie definitely fits the fucking stereotypical wizard vibe more, not just in silhouette, but in color scheme as well, because he has, like, the really big cape, the midnight blues and the golds that are very wizard-coded. He has, like, the shirt with, like, the pants skirt-like tunic, and for some reason, stirrup stockings. Like, Dad, like... Dad, what the fuck? He also has, like, facial hair, unlike Kifri, who looks very much like a twink that will never grow a hair in his life. Like, he could try his entire life and he will grow one mustache hair and then pluck it off and it never grows back. Ollie looks a little bit older because of that. Ollie, much like Kifri, has a really nice bit of repetition on his outfit. He has a lot of tassels, he has a little bit of triangles and slash diamonds here and there in the lining of the coat and in his cap. He also has, like, cute little buttons. Circles on his belt. And the thing I like about Ollie is that his color balancing is actually super beautiful, because he has like a perfect blend of light and dark, with the white shirt really nicely breaking the blue in the lining of his cape and making it so like it doesn't quite get lost in the sauce, which I love personally. Also, the shoes are so interesting to me, because what the fuck are you wearing stirrup stockings for, Dad? Like, they all wear, like, really, like, funny footwear for the most part to me. Ollie is probably the worst one, because Kifri has, like, normal-ass boots. But yeah, Ollie has his, like, weird little baby shoes, and he does seem more like a traditional, witch. Unlike Kifri. Unlike Kifri, he doesn't have a very long decoration on his hat. You can tell he's from a different atelier because he has a different pattern on his cap than most others. And their hat is kind of like their status symbol. He's something, I think he's called a watcher. He's keeping an eye on the atelier. All of them need to have one because you need to see what they're teaching their students. And Ollie, you might not be able to tell, but he's kind of like an inventor. He likes to make things. He likes to tinker with things. Since all of the spells in the show are drawn, they tend to draw them on objects. And to activate a spell, you actually need to, like, close the circle. So they do a lot of things where, like, they do things in halves, or, like, they, like, add a button that connects the line, stuff like that. Ollie kind of specializes in that shit. He does not look very much like an eccentric inventor, but he does look like an eccentric in general, is I think what I would say about him. And I really, really like his design. I love the sense of flow. I really like that if you put him next to Kifri, he looks more secretive than Kifri is, but Kifri is more closed off than he is, because his posture is actually way more open. Kifri's half hiding in his cloak. Ollie is not. Ollie is just chilling with like his like long sleeve shirt, his little baby cape, and his pants, and he's just having a good time. A great design for a character that I feel like should have shown up more in the first season, but I want more of him. He's very sweet. All right, now Alaria, whom I love. Alaria is one of Kiefer's friends. She is actually a proctor in some of the tests that the witches have to do, and I think she has the most vibrancy in her color scheme out of everyone in the show. Alaria has a lot of warm tones in her outfit, in her hair, and the entire vibe, and is someone who's a little bit more of a wild child, a bit more eccentric, more playful. And you can tell that she's really playful with the silhouette of her outfit in general. Her hat has a cute little feather in it, her cape has like a bright orange lining, her shirt has these like 2 little tassels on the front, and unlike most witches, unlike the men, she wears pants. The fellas don't wear a lot of pants in this show, mama. They like their tunics and bullshit. Alaria's like, nah, I'm wearing leggings, and she wears them well, mama. She also has a beautiful skin tone, which makes her outfit being mostly whites look very, very nice. A lot of gold detailing on most of the characters in Atelier so far, which I think fits really well. Gold is one of those things that was kind of heavily associated with magic. If you know anything about alchemy, you'll know that gold was like the end product for like the Philosopher's Stone and all that jazz. But they wear it as an accent color a lot. And Alaria has a pretty warm color scheme, except for her shoes and the end of her feather on her cap, which breaks up the monotony really nicely. It's a similar shade of teal as the students in Kiefer's Atelier, but it's a little bit more on the blue side. And it actually looks really, really good because it makes that orange really pop. Yeah, Alaria serves, like, massive con. She's a gorgeous character. She has a really, really fun hairstyle that's, like pointy. She has earrings. She has, like, colored tassels. All in all, I would say that she probably has the most playful silhouette out of the bunch so far. And the most openness. I feel like if you were going to put her as a type of artist, because we don't see her cast much in the show, she's the eccentric one. The one that, like, will just make anything and everything that strikes her fancy, and she will be super vibrant and super colorful about it. Yeah, she has more of, like, an adventurous spirit. We can speculate a little bit, though, because sadly a lot of these characters haven't shown up a ton. But with Alaria, I do think she would be that type of artist. The one that has, like, a lot of color, very vibrant, very fun, and will almost always make pieces that make her happy. She's like she's very mom, yes. She has very milfy vibes. She likes most of the witches actually work with children to some degree because they all of them want to take apprentices up to a point, but you have to take some tests to be able to do it. So Alaria is like an examiner for those tests to become like an actual full-fledged witch. Not really a teacher, but like a traveling witch. That's why she also has an adventurous vibe. That's why she has like the pants and she has like a lot of movement in her design. Does not seem to have an apprentice of her own. No, if you want an apprentice, there's a test that you need to pass. It's in the show, but they don't really go into detail. Okay. Uni, I love you. If anybody vague posts in chat, I will snipe you on the spot. I love this character. I love him because he's giving, like, very, very aggressive, like, Slytherin vibes. But he's a giant sweetie, I promise. Now, you can see here how every witch and every apprentice kind of has their own vibe. The Atelier had a lot of really straight lines and big buttons, tassels. Uni has a more traditional witch's uniform. He has a long gray tunic, he has some ruffles on his sleeves, and he actually has a capelet kind of vibe. I much enjoy these types of capes over the ones that look like shawls any day, because you can actually have some sleeve movement while still keeping your shoulders covered. And the thing I like is the use of color. I like the emerald green on the lining and on the cap, and I also like that he keeps a red sash around his waist. It makes it really look vibrant. Much like the girly pops, he does have leggings and just a little simple pair of slipper shoes underneath the tunic. But it's really nice to see how different the uniforms go from atelier to atelier. So Uni has, his hat is different. It has like a black trim on the bottom, and he has like a ring as opposed to a tassel on it. And he has like a little sun. You also notice that he has like no visible eyes. This is a very shy character, and you can tell that he's shy just from a glance, really, because he just does not make eye contact. He doesn't want to interact with people. His posture is also really close, almost kind of shrimpy. It's kind of like he wants to ball in on himself, and that's it. Yeah, long bangs so he can't see the haters. He's a very, very sweet character, and that's about all I'm going to say for him, because I want you guys to watch the show if you haven't already. He does have very, like, aggressive Slytherin wardrobe, though. It's supposed to be silver and green, not gold, but still very, very, very pretty. And I love the little details on the holes for the sleeves, like the little clovers. And the row of buttons on the middle makes a really nice repetition. And Uni, much like the apprentices in the show, is an artist archetype. If I was going to archetype him, I would put him as the artist that knows a fuck ton of theory, cannot put it into practice. I've met these types often. These are actually the types of people who would criticize an artist's work to filth, but if you hand them a pencil, they're not going to be able to do it themselves. They lack the practice. So he knows a ton of theory, lacks the practice completely. White paper is scary. Yes, it is. Give this boy a sandwich. Give him several sandwiches, actually. Most of the kids look like super skinny, though. But yeah, that's his archetype. It's the ones that know a fuck ton of theory and can't actually put into practice at all. All right, Tarte. Baby boy, baby. Tarta. Baby boy, baby. Now, Tarta is not a witch per se. He is the grandson of someone who makes the magical ink that they used to draw in the show. As such, he doesn't have a very stern silhouette. I feel like his outfit is probably very, very casual. He has a very, very beautiful color scheme, nice olive green, beautiful ginger hair, and most notably, silver eyes. The silver eyes are important to the show. I'm not going to explain why, but they are. Basically, to become, well, I'm actually going to explain a little bit. To become a witch, you need to be able to draw well. But it's not just that. You need to know how to draw well, how to draw by muscle memory, and you also need to make sure that you can use dyes, because different dyes will give the ink that you're using different effects. Tarta was born with a condition called silver wash eyes. What it basically means is that he's colorblind. And since he's colorblind, no teacher would take him as an apprentice, because they feel like he cannot become a witch. So he's not technically a witch, but since he was born knowing about magic, he is able to own a hat. And the hat is the thing that sets you apart from a normal person and someone who's actually an apprentice / learning magic. So Tarta knows how to craft magical materials. He is working on making a pen for Coco, which I think is the sweetest thing on the planet. But he doesn't actually practice magic because he can see contrast, but he can't see color, unfortunately. The cute thing about him, though, is, again, how casual his outfit is. It's almost giving Peter Pan, with, like, the really pointy hem of the vest that he's wearing. He's wearing, like, very loose trousers with some triangles in them as well. Just some normal little baby fantasy shoes and a white blouse with, like, a little belt on it, right? It's a super simple design. It gets the point across. And the hat that he's wearing is from his grandpa's shop. He breaks my heart. He is the sweetest, though, and I am rooting for this boy. I am rooting for him with everything I have. Kind of weird that the magic system hinges entirely on accuracy of drawing, yet ruler of drawing compasses does not exist. Yes, actually, it's very, very funny. But the reason why those things don't exist is because you cannot do it in public. So the magical system in Hat Atelier is actually kept very strictly a secret. Most normal people assume that you are born being able to use magic. If they whipped out a compass or a ruler or started drawing in public, that's it, secret's out. That's why the witches need to learn how to make a perfect circle through muscle memory alone, which is very difficult to do. Why doesn't someone just create a magic that lets them see colors? They should in theory know how to do it. It's forbidden. Because you can't. They banned a ton of spells. Like, basically, it's part of the backstory of the show that there's certain magic that you can't do anymore. Part of the reason why magic is a secret is because there was a lot of forbidden magic. anything that might alter a person's body is banned. You can make magical accessories. If you can make the Logan Paul glasses and let him see color with that if you can figure out how to do it. But altering his eyesight with magic is not allowed. You cannot draw on yourself. You can only draw on objects. That's why. And that's why there's also no compasses or rulers or things like that, because you cannot use those crutches if you are going to be casting in public. He's a very cute character, though, yes. No healing? No, healing is banned. All right, now we're talking about Tarta's grandfather, Lonoa. You will notice immediately that he has the same hat as his grandson. Old, very old. This is probably the most old man character in the series, yes. And the other thing you'll notice about him is that he has like a workshop vibe to his uniform. Unlike Kefri and Ollie, who have like long flowing robes and very much like eleganto artist vibes, Noel has like a fucking big apron and like trousers and like stripy grandpa socks. He wears the same type of cloak as his grandson does, but he doesn't have like I think they're related. He doesn't have like a vest, he just has it as a cloak. He has a really, really nice color balancing in general. He can use magic. He specializes in making magic ink and magic items, hence the actual workshop vibe that he has. Something with character design is that even though you have a magic system and a world that has like a cohesive aesthetic, you can still use it and give characters their own specialties. So Noel has like the craftsmanship a specialty, but he still has a witch hat. He still has a cloak. It's just shorter. It's more jagged. It's pointier. And he doesn't wear robes. He's wearing almost like a jumpsuit type of vibe and his workshop vest. And bonus points for the grandpa socks because they're fucking hilarious. So the cool witches say fuck you to the establishment. Some of them do. Some of them do. Like, I've spent, I think, half the show going, why is Brim Cap bad? Because, like, they're allowed to do all the cool shit, but, like, technically they're not allowed to. He has a craftsman apron, yes. And he has a very similar color scheme to his grandson. It's just a little bit more, on the darker side. Because, Tarta actually wears, white. And the cable knit socks. And the cable knit socks, which are very, very grandpa. And they're also a very similar shade of green to his cloak, which ties it all together very nicely. Not allowed, but they do not care. Yeah, they don't. He makes ink and his clothes aren't black from all the ink. Fantasy. Oh, yeah, no. Because that's the thing. Because the ink that they used to draw, if not processed properly, can be toxic. It's collected from a silver tree that when the branches kind of wither and die, they turn black. So they basically snap the black branches off, distill the ink from them in a special process, and that's how you get magical ink. And different concentrations give you different ability. At least it's not lead. You could argue that it's something similar to lead, honestly. Are the cross ties intentional? I think so. Old man vibe. All right, I'm going to mention the guard very briefly, but I will go into detail with this one because this is like the main guy. And the uniform is fire! Aesthees is like one of the knights, you could say, of the witches of the world. May I just say that this uniform is fucking phenomenal? This is the police. This is the witch popo, okay? Now, their hats don't have a brim, but they do have a really cool winged accessory on the sides and a silver thing on the front. That's kind of like their badge, right? The thing you will notice about this one is just the phenomenal use of color and repetition with the straight lines all over the top of the fit. And then it just has a great sense of flow. It goes from like that split cape in the back to like a black tunic with red lining. And they seem to be wearing metal-tipped boots underneath. Now, Aesthees is a very cold character, I would argue. You don't see him a lot. He shows up very briefly in the show, but he definitely makes a good a strong first impression. In fact, I think for me so far, like, I need to like, he's a butt, but the uniform deserves it. I'm sorry. The fit is spectacular. The fit is immaculate. Like, look at it. The color, the playfulness of the lines, the silhouette. Ugh. The long hair, like the wings, the staff that's like a ribbon on it with like a fucking and they can use those to restrain people, fun fact. With like the ring at the end. Ugh. The perfectly balanced combination of gold and silver throughout the design too. It's just a really, really strong outfit, I think. And when you're doing something like law enforcement, you need something really strong. I like that they went vibrant with it. I like that there's still darkness in it. Definitely, because the coat is pretty dark. But then the cape over it is just bright as shit. Witch Paladin, you could say that they're like that, yeah. He has an hourglass Dorito vibe. That cape makes his shoulders look gigantic. Would you make art of him? Probably not, no. But I do really like the fit. I do. I think it's gorgeous. Spanish Inquisition vibes. Yeah, he's a bit of a hard ass. Now, most of the police share this uniform, so I'm not really going to comment about them at length. But I did want you guys to see him specifically because I think that he perfectly encapsulates, like, the vibe of the character. This is the artist that only does shit by the book, okay? This is the person that, like, if he's not seeing the Michelangelo level craft or perfectly fucking crafted painting with perfect technique, he thinks it's not art. It's one of them sticklers, okay? He's art police, exactly. Is he a hard ass because he's just a dick, or is he just doing his job? I would say that he's just doing his job, but, like, if I was going to give him an artist archetype, it would be that. An art snob, exactly. If it's not done by the book, why bother, you know? He condemns graffiti, exactly. Anything that's not by the book, he does not like. The critic kind, more like perfectionist to a fault. Color in the lines or you go to Azkaban. Yep. Yeah, like he has beef with like a 12-year-old. Is this polearm a thorn rune? It could be, it could be. But yeah. I think that like his outfit is really beautiful, and I really like this the little symbols all over it. The wings, the really beautiful sense of flow, the staff, the silver, the very much playful way that the lines are drawn on his coat, and just how nice overall the color balancing in is on the whole thing. It's like the art teacher who hates anime. Not a teacher, but yes, he's a cop. The rest of his crew has a similar uniform. However, I think that Eathseas is the only one that has the really long flowing robes. Udowin has more of a suit vibe. Those are really tight pants. Those are really tight pants. Holy shit, vacuum sealed. So they're not boots. They're pants. And Udowin is a little bit more casual in the way that he wears his uniform because his buttons are open. He doesn't have a long tunic. He has like stubble. His hair's a bit disheveled, but you'll notice that the cap is the same. The cap is the same, and the cape is the same. It's just the thing on the bottom that they're wearing that is different. Man in tights. I was not expecting it to be tights. I thought it was gonna be pants. I'm not gonna lie, but this is a fantasy story after all. Again, you don't see him a ton, but it was kind of fun to like see him at least for like a second in the first season. I don't know when the second season is coming out. Hopefully in like not fucking a billion years, but I'm really excited for the show, okay? It's beautiful. We're manly men in tights. Yes. Hopefully next year. I will give it a year. I would probably give it a year before they make another season because Witch Hat is a really high production show, which requires a lot of people to be involved. The plated slippers send me. It's not slippers, it's his pants. Galga, I didn't even know you had a name. I didn't even know that half of, like, his dudes had a name, but they do. Galga has a longer version of the coat, but not as long as Eathseas. Again, it is tights, it's not boots. And he has, like, the top button undone. So he's not as stern as his boss, but it's still pretty up there. Again, phenomenal use of color. You can definitely tell that he's more reliable, more sensible, because he doesn't have Dorito body. He's more square in his silhouette, which I think looks beautiful. No, not Galga. Absolutely beautiful. His face is a lot more serious, but he also does not seem to have that same level of, like, stern, like, as Eathseas does. So you can show a little bit more softness here, you know? I think that, I don't even remember him. I think he was one of the ones that was like, dude, these are children. Like, why do they all have steel-toed tights? Because that's the uniform! That's the uniform! It's super pretty, though. I do think that, like, they're very subtle changes, but they all fit the characters really well. And then finally, of the cops, Lulucci, we interacted with this woman about 2 seconds in the show, but I'm obsessed with her face. I'm obsessed with her face, and I love how she fucking wears it. Look at her! She's tiny! Her fucking tunic is huge! She actually rocks those fucking steel-toed tights, and it's open up almost to the coochie. It's such a fucking elegant, alluring uniform. You can barely see Tata, but it's still sexy somehow, covered from head to fucking toe. It's so gorgeous! She has, you can't see it, you can actually see it in the show. Editing team, please put in some screenshots of her in the show. She has like a braided bun on the back, very saber-coated. So very, very organized. Beautiful blue eyes, absolutely gorgeous blonde hair. And the thing I like is how elegant her silhouette is. It's just so graceful. And again, she has the same cloak as everybody, but she has the long tunic. She actually has it open almost to the coochie. It's the two buttons are still there. The waist is snatched, and she still has like the same blouse as everybody else. But there's definitely a more feminine spin to this uniform with her, because the tunic looks more like a skirt. With Eastsea's, it looks more like a coat. And because the waist is so snatched and her arms look so delicate, you can definitely tell that this is a girly pop, yes. That's what she reminded me of. Yeah, she has saber energy. She does. It is funny, though, because the thing in the show is that someone begs her to heal an injured person, and she's like, no, we can't do that. She's basically like, fuck you, but you could tell that she felt bad, because, like, normal people aren't supposed to know that that type of magic exists, so she's just like, yeah. Can we just agree that that uniform is sexy for everyone? I love the cop uniform in Witch Hat. I think it's genuinely gorgeous. It's like one of my favorite fits in the show. It's good drip. It's beautiful drip. Alright, I don't know why you're in here, because you're, like, in Globshido hours. That guy is actually human. He's not a witch at all. He is a traveling merchant. His cart fell into a river. He looks like a merchant. He looks like a normal human man. You'll notice immediately that you can tell if someone isn't a witch in the show if the hat is missing, basically. No hat means no, no powers, no knowledge of magic whatsoever. So he's wearing a very simple fit. It's just like a traveling tunic in dark blue with some gold accents. Well, almost like greenish gold. And diamond patterns all over it. And a traveling cloak. And he also has like trousers and boots. A very like common fantasy getup, I would say. He looks kind of tired, but he's fine. Like not very clean shaven. Probably has been traveling for a few days. Just low pony. A simple design, but like as far as NPCs in Witch Hat go, I think that he is fairly memorable to me. So that's probably why he's in here. Cause like, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Charcoal blue and like dirty gold. Yeah, did that stepped up. Yeah, there's a few NPCs in Witch Hat, which I think are notable, and I think that Dag does one of them. Then we have Kusta's Idiot Child. But Idiot Child with great design. Again, not a witch. If you don't see a pointed hat, they are not magical. They don't know about magic for the most part. He has, like, little kind of bone-colored tunic with some puffy sleeves, and he's wearing, like, I think it's a bodysuit underneath. Like, a very, like, dark brown bodysuit with some bandages here and there. It's a very simple traveling clothing, very simple fantasy designs as well. When you're working with fantasy-style NPCs, you don't need to give them a ton of detail, but make sure you at least capture a silhouette that doesn't look too modern. The thing I like about Witch Hat is that they have clothes that seem to be like a very pretty mix of both, but they definitely lean towards fantasy, just not as embellished as other franchises would do. Like, for example, if this was Fire Emblem, there would be a lot more embroidery, a lot more little baby details here and there, but this is like a normal townsperson, so it doesn't have that level of detail, and I think it actually suits it quite well. The Rock Lee fit a little bit. The sleeves are very charming. Yeah, the whole design is very charming. And again, for an NPC, they're fairly memorable. He has, like, popular kid energy in, like, the worst way. He's a good kid, though, a child. There is a lot of fetuses in this show. Because, again, the main character of Witch Hat is, like, 12. Coco's not very old. So you will see a lot of child stuff and very like child-coded behaviors because boy. I'm excited to like I'm making myself not read the manga because I want to see it animated, but it's hard not to, yeah. But he's fine. He's fine. He's a good kid. Okay, we're talking about the best character in this show. Okay, can we talk about the goat, the baby, the brush buddy? First of all, the creature! Guys, the brush buddy is so fucking cute, and the animators like this thing so much that they like to animate it doing stupid shit in the background. From the first episode that the brush buddy shows up, if you actually watch some background shots of the show as you're going through the episodes, he's just fucking around in all of them. Fucking around in all of them. He's so cute. He's Whittle. This is Coco's pet. She picked him up in like the second or third episode. It's just a noodle. It is a noodle with big googly eyes and little baby feet and a really long tail. It's just so cute. It's so, yeah, it's an incredibly expressive character despite not having a mouth and only being a noodle. Yoinked off the street. No, he just followed Coco back home and they just kept him. Would pet it. It's an absolute fucking creature. You want a plush of this, don't Julie? I would kill for a plushie of this. I would kill for a plushie of the brush buddy. I love it. And it's so fucking funny that the animators liked it so much they just fucking put it doing random shit in the background. And the best part is that like no one on the supervising team said no. They were just like, oh, okay. It's a great example of how to like accurately use a pet-like character because instead of like just putting him on people's shoulders doing nothing, he was always doing something. He was like eating something, picking something up on the background, eating shit somehow. Like this creature is more animated than I think most of the show's cast. And it's so cute. It looks cute, but it feels like it'd actually be super scary. No, it's fairly harmless. They're fucking noodle. Who do you argue against Brush Buddy? Everybody loves him. He's such a goober. I love him. It's a perfect creature. Phenomenal, flawless character design. Cuteness, aggression. I want to yeet him off a cliff. Like, it's so bad. I love him so much. I want like 20 of them, chat. It's like a ferret. Yeah, but less stinky. I'll watch it for Brush. Watch it just to see the stupid shit that they make this thing animated in the background. Just for the amount of dumb shit that, like, the fucking animators made him do. Because, like, he's never still, and he adds a lot of life to a shot just being there because they just like him to do things. I feel like the animators got paid in Brush Buddy drawings because they're so cute. It looks like a Moomin creature. I think that's part of the charm, yes. Like a cat or a ferret or both. There's several scenes of him eating. There's scenes of him eating, falling off things, climbing on people, reaching for things, gesturing wildly. I think, again, this has more frames than any other character in the show. Can I find a picture of it eating? I think there might be a picture of it. So you can see his stupid teeth. Like, let me see if I can find one. It looks like a fluffy worm. Yes, but that's by design. Oh, I think I just saw how they draw it in the manga. It's unhinged. It's just so cute, chat. Look at it chewing. Everybody likes the Brush Buddy. The manga as a whole is a work of art. I might read it at some point. People are very keen to try and spoil it in chat. Do not do it. I haven't read it, and a lot of people haven't read it, and I want them to watch the show, chat. Behave. Look at this. Like, yeah, your hot teacher offers you some warm stew. And choose. No mouth. Just choose. They, like, feed him things. He's just doing things always. It's so cute. It's so adorable. So yeah, that's the Brush Buddy, which is probably my favorite character on the stupid show, just because how fucking fun it looks to animate. Alright, last but not least, we're going into the bad guys. Now, we are entering the fucking, brimmed cap faction. Is this what you look like? underneath the fucking they usually have this, like, I don't even know, I'm gonna call the this one, I'm gonna go with they them. I don't even know if it's a guy or a girl, honestly, and I'm not gonna find out yet. Nobody tell me. The voice could be either in Japanese, because I watched the sub. Usually you don't see Green outside of his or their robe. It's usually just closed all around them. Now you might be thinking, how is this a brimmed hat? It has a brim. Okay, it has a brim. It's just a very little one. Like, and the main thing to note about this design is how the covering of his face looks like, well, their face looks like an eyeball. It's giving like Sheikah, but like mean, right? It looks like an eyeball. Usually they have like a very billowing cloak and you can't really see what they're wearing underneath it. So for me, being able to see like their fit underneath being like this like very weird jumpsuit with like almost chainmail like bolero jacket underneath is actually a new thing. I didn't think I caught it in the show. It looks beautiful though. It also looks like he's wearing like a carpet. It definitely looks like he's wearing like a carpet instead of like a cloak. I think it might be a guy. There is something androgynous about the design, but like the wide shoulders and the fact that it's like a straight-legged pantsuit, making me think that it might be a dude. I will tell you this, when I first saw this character in the show, they had the cloak closed, and I was like, oh, old lady witch, got it. But like, they spoke and it was like, is it? Like, I could not tell. I like the design though, because at a glance, they look like a normal witch, but like, at first I was like, how the fuck is this a brim cap? And then I looked closer and it was like, oh. Oh, there is a brim to the hat. It's just really tiny, you know? I was caught off guard by the voice when I first heard it too. Yeah. I think that the fact that we're asking where the brim is kind of the point. Yeah, they're meant to be more ambiguous about it. Like, there is something sinister about the brim caps in the show, but Green is not as sinister as others, as the other one that we're gonna see today. I love how dark the color scheme is. I really, really like, it feels like their cloak is super thick. I like the fur/feathers on the shoulders. I really like the big tassels on the side, and I just really like the hat that covers their face entirely. We have yet to see the face of any brimmed hat witch at all. None, okay? For the most part, we've mainly seen faces of normal witches with like the normal pointy hats, but the brim caps don't really show their faces. That's why it's also kind of hard to place them, but I love it. I really like the silhouette. I think it's like just chaotic enough to keep you guessing, but also has a really nice sense of flow to it as well. And I really like the tassel on like the cloth on their hat that's like interrupted by little gold beads, because that gives it a little bit more chaos. It's not exactly giving bad guy, but it's not giving good a guy either. It's kind of like in the middle. Yeah, this season has not had a lot of brim caps, no. And then finally, Sasaran. I believe Sasaran is a guy. However, you'll very quickly notice that this witch less resembles a person than a fucking Pokemon, because they got rid of their body. Do you remember what I said earlier about magic being cast on the body? The reason why this is a brimmed cap is because I think they cast a spell to get rid of their flesh. They don't have a face. It's like literally an eyeball in a hat. It's super fucking creepy. And they have a more traditional witch hat, the one, you know, with the big brim, on their person, as opposed to like the other one, which barely had a brim to begin with. Their outfit consists of just a cloak, a floating cloak with some diamond fastening bits, with some like little silver dangly bits, and a little bit of leather on the top, and just the big eyeball with the hat in him. It's super creepy. I really like that his cloak is also super tattered and torn on the bottom. It gives him a very like shadowy ghost-like silhouette. It's very much one of those cases where he showed up in the show, and I immediately felt the threat. As opposed to like the other one, and the other brimmed cap, by the way, the first one was the one that gave Coco like the forbidden spell that they accidentally used at the start of the show. This one actually feels like bad guy. This one actually has a very threatening demeanor to them. I'm not gonna say more than that other than watch the show. But he showed up and I was like, oh no. Like, it fucking scared me half to death. But I love the design because it looks menacing. It has like a lot of like typical bad guy things that I talk about in character design all the time. It has really dark colors. It has a very intense vibe, very pointy, very angular, very intense, chaotic silhouette, and just body language that feels jarring and uncertain. And that's the thing that makes it such a good fucking bad guy design. And this is like what the website has. There's many more characters in Witch Hat, but like they are Globshito territory, so they're not all in here. For the most part, though, I think that for the first season, it has a really strong cast. It has a lot of very good, but very simple character designs. They definitely lean more towards fantasy, as opposed to going more towards modernity, which I like. There's a medieval flair to most of the designs, and there's just a very nice aesthetic there that ties back to art, but in really subtle ways. So I highly, highly recommend Witch Hat Atelier to anybody who has not watched it yet. Watch it or read the manga. I would recommend you watch it. The animation work is spectacular. It's chef's kiss. Or watch it for the brush buddy. Watch it for the creamture, because that makes it worth it, I think. And just look how cute the cast is. Honorable mention of like how amazing the website is, by the way. They fucking killed it with this thing. It's so well done. You can see all the cast. They also have trailers for stuff. They have a trailer for season 2, so don't watch that if you haven't watched the first season. A teaser one, which we cannot watch because we're gonna get clapped for because YouTube does that. But I will watch it on my own later. It's just a really, really good site overall. And I want to know what you guys think if you watched Witch Hat Atelier. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who your favorite character is in the comments. If it's not Brush Buddy, I'm gonna be so sad. I will be the saddest bee on the planet, chat, I swear to God. And remember, if you guys want to have the witchiest energy ever, go try out Gamer Subs. Use code GameAtion for 10% off your entire order. I actually have a new drop for you guys, now that I think about it. That's happening tomorrow, but I will show you that later. Still, though, go check it out. Use my code. It's definitely duper tasty. Will give you good witchy energy. And with that, I can take a breather for a second before we dive into some Warhammer. It's going on the watch list now. I highly recommend it. I think that Witch Hat is one of the best animes I've seen this season.
The name of the Mexican alien? Senor Morph.
Hey, thank you. Spanish, why are you showing me a picture of the Brush Buddy's teeth? What flavor do you like recently, Lily? I haven't been having a ton of gsupps, but like lean never fails me. Look at this.
Hey Lily, art noob with stick figure level ability. Is there any skill value to tracing?
Yes, but only if you know fundamentals. If you don't know your fundamentals, do not do it. You're not gonna learn anything. Thank you.
This actually makes me ask the question. What's the big difference between witch and wizard? Admittedly, I always thought one was a gender thing, honestly.
I actually do not know. That's a good question, though. Thank you. The teeth. I love the Brush Buddy. He's so cute. And again, all the animators just make him do shit like this. It's great.
Agate, the most misunderstood girl. I had to do everything right to get here. And this girl breaks every rule and gets the same treatment as me? And I am supposed to be okay with this?
Yeah, that's the problem that Agate has, I think. And that's why a lot of people don't like her. Thank you.
Fun fact about the mangaka, she loves posting pictures and videos her dogs.
The mangaka seems like a really sweet person. I think that she's worked on some Western productions as well. Thank you.
Continuing the artist metaphor. Quifrey is the artist who doesn't concern himself with how much money he makes. Ulrich has an eye for commercial opportunities.
Yep. Ollie wants to, like, actually sell his craft. He wants to sell his product. Thank you.
You could say Alara is bewitching because goodness gracious, I am under her spell.
Oh, she has a great design and a beautiful face. Thank you. Agate is a Nepo baby. She's a rejected Nepo baby, but more of that in the show. The difference is supposed to be that witches are supposed to be magic doctors and wizards are magic scientists.
Things were okay-ish in space. But then the space elves discovered Lily's Patreon and everything has been downhill ever since.
I think between me and Jax, we've just made the Slaanesh worship a lot worse, personally. Thank you. Very thin line,
Witch and warlocks are the same. Usually practitioners of the occult.
No, a warlock makes a pact with a demon. At least that's what the D&D ones do. Thank you, though. Who made your background, Lily? Oh, my background was made by Omorphia. They're over on Twitter. Very, very talented artists. They 3D modeled all of it. Warlock's Break Pact. Well, yeah. 40k and a bit excited. Yeah. Yeah, I just need to catch my breath for a second. 2 segments a day is a little whew. So, like, Warlock or Magical Super Baby. Yeah, my background's made in 3D. You don't shoot in the chair, though, Lo. I know, I run right up to the camera and I stand in your face.
Wizard is just the old word of an older, wizened man, which is the old term for a magic user. Wizard was co-opted to give a male-sounding term.
Okay, so which Hat Atelier just calls them witches in the same gender. They don't really care, but that's good. Thank you. Only one monitor screen crop. Oh, that's because of the satellite one. I have like 3 here. Men have been accused of being witches IRL. Men got burnt at the stake. Men got burnt at the stake for fucking witchcraft, yeah. Slay energy, baby. I did not know that they were gender neutral jobs. They're supposed to be. So it's just like a cinnamon for a magic wielder? Seems to be. Are you in space? Oh, right now, no. A little bit. You don't get really good internet on the satellite.
It is time to once again consult Mr. Brick on his quest to collect the 40,000 Warhammers. For the Emperor.
Let's do it! Thank you.
Keyfree is the mama of Atelier. Take care of the kids. Spends time with them. Olrugio is the papa of Atelier. Somewhere. But not in home. Always sleeps. But takes of the kids sometimes.
Yeah, I see why the yaoi people claim them, but like, let me have some of that. He's too pretty. Thank you.
Depending on the magic origin, if taught secondhand or if you were naturally born with it, denotes the title sometimes.
Man, magic is complicated. It always is. Thank you. Favorite Splatoon idol? Ooh. Callie, I think. Callie, I think, is my favorite idol. She's a dirty roller mane and pink. But, like, believe it or not, Pearl is a close second because she's really funny. Most people would go Marina because she's really sexy, but, like, I value the humor. Marina because I'm the type of guy. Predictable!
Asked around some other places and yay, it does seem to generally just be wizard equals more sciencey type. Studies books a lot. Witch equals more naturey type close to druids.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you. Marie's also cute. Pearl has bars, I'll give her that. Pearl's voice is so powerful that she blows out almost any speaker she works with, unless Marina built it. I like Pearl and Marina because lesbians. They're so gay for each other, too. Like, if you played Side Order, they're, like, flirting in the elevator. And, Deadfish and you are just like, For example, the witch is like the Baba Yaga. Oh, dude, Limbus. Wasn't it confirmed that they share a bed? Was it? Where? If you weren't in that elevator, they'd be making out in it. But unfortunately, the player character is always there. If we're on the 40k part of the stream, Jack's gonna magically appear out of the ether. I'm gonna hear, like, recorder, like, doot-doot noises, and then Jack's gonna just manifest herself in my space. What other animes would you review? I'm up for reviewing anything. I like to review ones that I've seen before, though. But this might not be, like, might come as a shock to a lot of people, but I watch a lot of anime. Like, a ton. The creator, thanks so much for the membership. 15 months. Yay for me as a thing. I want to ask, would a mage be any different compared to a wizard, or which are sorcerer? I have no idea. I genuinely do not know. That's why I don't know if I can say anything. Fullmetal Alchemist. I have read the manga, but I would like to watch Brotherhood before I talk about the show because I read it a long time ago. But yeah, it might surprise a lot of you guys, but I watch a fuck ton of anime. I watch at least like 7 shows a season. Trying to catch up on some classics when I can as well. But I'm fairly well versed in it. Have you played Helldivers before? Just asking since you talk about Warhammer. No, I don't. I haven't. Oh wait, no. I did! Yeah, no, I did. I did. Right before, not a lot, mind you, I have it. I played a little bit before I debuted Lilygoth. I made myself a suit. It was really funny. Helldivers 2 was the one that I played, I think. And I played with, like, some friends in the server, and there was a lot of friendly fires. Have you seen Horimiya? Yeah, I read a bunch of the manga. Steven Universe is one that I could probably talk about because I did watch most of it. Not all of it, but I did watch most of it. It was almost nothing but friendly fire. I think we were just making a fucking habit of killing each other. I say watch the first season of what? Steven? I watched up to like season like 3 or 4, I think. I watched most of it. Most of it.
Wizard originally just referred to someone wise you went to for advice, which was a term for anyone who dealt with the supernatural.
Oh!
Once witches were bad, wizard became the good equivalent.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Would I review Dorohedoro? I would have to watch more of it. I don't think I finished the first season. I could do some blind reviews for anime as well, because again, anime is really good for short reviews, because they usually don't have very big casts. When I'm working with gaming stuff, those are the ones that tend to be, like, full, like, fucking 2.5 hour, reviews, but anime lends itself more to being a bit shorter. I have a friend who's super into Steven Universe and asked me to watch it, but it wasn't made for me, I'm afraid. Steven Universe is not for everyone. Steven Universe is a bit of a weird show, like... It starts out fairly, like, cutesy, but, like, there is a bigger mystery, and then there's a lot of therapy speak involved. It's not for everyone, like... I did like what I watched. I enjoyed it, but then it went a little bit too therapy speak for me. The main reason I liked it was because the background work was gorgeous, and I did like the character design. I don't like the everyone is redeemable message. Yeah, I do agree that there's some characters that should not be redeemable. Therapy speak. Yeah. Like, the show starts out as, like, fun little wacky adventures. Kind of like how Digital Circus devolved into that as well in the second half. Well written, mind you. Very well written, but still. Therapy speak is, like, basically when characters are trying to, like, encourage each other, but it just sounds like they're in a therapy session. Review MLP 100% seriously. I could literally review MLP 100% seriously. I don't have to grab every single pony, but at the very least, the ones that are very prevalent, I could 100% seriously talk about that show. And about how much people want to fuck them, for some reason. I know exactly why. But I could do an MLP review, I don't care. Like, there's some really good characters on that show. Gen 5 was goated. I think Gen 5 is about the one that most people like to watch. Like, if I'm gonna fucking summon another sleeper fandom, it's gonna be the bronies, like. Have you ever watched Ruby? Watched till the second season, lost interest completely. Let's do an MLP review by the numbers. No.
As a 40k fan, I just want to say from my own experience in the hobby that to me 40k is so overly grimdark that it wraps around to being comedic all while without a hint of Marvel irony.
That's the funny thing about Warhammer, that, like, it's so ridiculous that it almost wraps around back around to be funny. Yeah, thank you. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm leaving Ubund in charge for 2 seconds, and then we can start the Warhammer, alright?
Hello, chat. I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to babysit. So, Warhammer. I don't know a lot about it. I just know that very expensive. People paint figures. That's it. Supposed to be a game, a tabletop. Oh yeah, and people throw like 20 dices at a time to get like rolls. So you have like the D&D stuff where it's like randomized. It's kind of like XCOM, but tabletop. Plastic crack, yeah. Hundreds of dice, probably. Doesn't that take ages to count? Or do you not have to? Oh, no. I think, if I remember correctly, it's like each dice counts like, I don't know, a shot, and then you just have to count how many are like this number and above. You don't have to add them all up, right? Or I don't know. Like if you throw 100 dice, you have to like count all of them. That sounds like it's gonna take like 5 minutes. Yeah, you roll everything at once. Oh yeah, I'm just covering in for Lily. So don't mind the boys. 1 die per bullet, kind of. Yeah, all I know is that and there's a ton of books. Like, apparently if you want to read the Horus Heresy saga, it's like 40 novels, but then that's not even the entirety of the book universe or some shit, so that's just the Horus Heresy bit, which is like a bit of it. It's like, oh my god. Are there just like not novels, but like lore books? Just a book that is like, oh, we're gonna talk for like 100 pages about the Necrons. And we're gonna go in hyper specific detail about the Necrons, I don't know, armor and symbols and the metal they use and everything. The Codex, is that a game thing or like a novel thing? Yeah, like yeah, I don't want them to have a story. Just like, oh, this is Necron, and let's look at the parts, and the fingers are like this, and the metal. Oh, you're back.
I silently snuck back in.
Go away.
Oh, are you talking Warhammer with the things?
I'm talking Warhammer.
Did I tell you guys that we have like 40 books?
Yeah, the Horus Heresy.
We have all of them, I think.
In audiobook form.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the Horus Heresy in audiobook form?
Yes, but didn't you also want to go through like the Limbus cast books?
Yes.
All right.
Don't push me.
There you go.
Don't push me, you wench.
I'm not a wench. I'm your wife. How dare you?
I actually reached for Witch Hat manga because I couldn't wait for season 2. I love the magic system and tackle rules / order versus freedom / chaos.
Every good magic system needs rules, I think. Thank you. 40 out of like the hundreds of back library has published.
Codex is Big Book of Regulations for Space Marines written by the Big Papa Smurf. It's like the rules from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, he never watched that one, but I know exactly what the rules are. Thank you. Alright, little fucking shield break before we start the Warhammer segment, mama.
Lily wench maxing?
A little bit. The sundress doesn't help. Ba-ba-ba-ba! I got a new drop for you, butt fogs. New Waifu Cup is dropping tomorrow at 9 p.m. my time, 3 p.m. EST. It's called Wild Style. You see that leopard print? You see that style? You see that safari waifu mama? Yeah, brand new gsupps drop just for you. The collection actually has convertible safari jacket and pants. You can turn it into a vest. You can turn it into shorts if you want to. Fucking bussin'. Absolutely styling. We have a shirt with leopard print. We have a bandana. We have a safari hat. It's a very cool waifu cup, actually. I love the leopard print. I wish that they made more like that. The cougar print, yes, and with a very cute, obviously, cougar waifu, because, like, that's gsupps thing. That's what you want, mama. If you guys want to get this collection, remember, these actually sell out pretty fast. Use code KINKYMATION at checkout for 10% off your entire order, and if you want to, try a flavor to go along with it. I highly recommend gsupps because I like the good, clean energy that does not give me headaches. And I also really like their AFK because I live with a sleep terrorist, okay? I need to conk him out somehow. And AFK does the job. It's very, very tasty, too. So I highly recommend it. Just make sure that you use my code at checkout. So someday, the drop I show you will be mine. I'm so sure of it, chat. It's gonna happen, all right? All right, chill over. Make sure you guys check this out tomorrow when it drops at 9 p.m. The spots on the hair are very creative. Yeah. Their artwork is really cute, too. I've been trying Anime Girl Thigh VTuber edition. So yummy. Oh, yeah, Anime Girl Thigh is actually really tasty, yes. Or maybe you could draw for a future drop, perhaps. They have my portfolio. Like, if they want my artwork for a drop, it could also happen. That's why the name... Huh, what? Wild Style? Or, like, fucking, or the name of the flavor, because gsupps does that. Now for the brick. The anime thigh one. Oh, dude, Grandpa's ashes is worse. That one, I think, is the most unhinged name that they have. But now it's Breaky time. Wasn't there a titty milk before they were named it? Yeah, it's called Schlatt milk now, but I have the titty milk tub still. Thank you. Titty milk was such a funny name. I don't know why they changed it.
Get ready for the most Christian sound description of stuff.
I mean, yeah, it's Warhammer. Thank you. All right. So, as you guys know, I'm trying to learn about every faction Warhammer. May or may not be for artistic purposes of the draw cute waifu variety. Might just be because I find the lore of this franchise fascinating. So I'm turning to our boy Bricky for this to learn a little bit more about Warhammer in general, because he seems to give like a pretty like concise explanation of most of these things without getting super into the nitty-gritty, which is basically what I need. I need someone who is going to explain this to me like a toddler who doesn't understand these things. And you know what? Bricky's done pretty good so far. So we covered the Eldar last time and the Chaos Gods, and we're going to be picking up from there to see how much we can finish before the stream is over. So let's get right into it and listen to Bricky talk about Warhammer 40k factions in my ear seductively for like an hour. I think it is time for mankind, but let's do it!
Who could know? Perhaps it was all a sick and practical joke to Kegarok, and he would just find it very funny to watch me fumble the discussion of one human on a tiny blue planet across the galaxy.
Big clown energy.
Oh, speaking of.
The Imperium of Man!
Before the fall of the Eldar, Earth...
This is the one about, like, the Emperor who had, like, 9 test tube babies and no vagina. And somehow that was fine. And then one of them betrayed him, and I think those are, like, the Horus Heresy books. 20 fucking children, test tube babies, no vagina. All for the Emperor, okay? He had a lot of kids, and they all did different things, but they were all test tube babies. And now the Emperor is, like, a corpse. A husk on a throne somewhere. For some reason, you know? 20 kids, 0 pussy, peak masculinity, mama!
Terra, as it's called, was in ruin. One man who looks to put the pieces back together. Where did he come from? We don't know.
This is the Emperor in his prime, I'm guessing. Most of this is fan art, by the way, but, like, I'm guessing this is the Emperor in his prime. And look at that armor! Chat, look at that fucking badass fucking armor. He's beautiful. He's very pretty. There we go. Giant pauldrons, big chests, beautiful flowing hair. That's the Emperor. You know?
Some say he was the result of early shamans. Some say he is the final old one who escaped their species.
What if it's just a dude?
And those.
What if it's just a man? What if it's just some bumblefuck? Like.
I would personally recommend Fate's Strange Fake. It's a good way to get into Fate emo.
Thank you. Like, this is literally like, it's just Steve from Wyoming.
Joined just in time for 40k.
Yes, thank you. That's just Carl. He was always a good bullshitter. Yes!
The Emperor had 20 sons. Blam. Thump. Next guy. The Emperor had 18 sons.
He had a lot of sons, and they were all test tube babies, and they were all dudes.
That are smartest know the answer is it doesn't matter.
It's just like fucking Steve from Wyoming, like this Carl from accounting who's good at bullshitting and somehow grew like 8 feet. And Immortal came mad. I was gonna say his face was giving Unga Bunga a little bit, but I didn't want to be mean.
As the Emperor of Mankind, and he was tasked with the most monumental upheaval of humanity possible. The Eldari's warp fluctuations had turned the golden age of humanity into old night. Interstellar travel cut off?
No.
Check. An AI uprising? Check.
Oh no.
Brand new psychers popping up and not knowing how to handle their powers?
Oh no.
Oh, check. Demonic incursions?
The only thing we know with absolute certainty is that he's originally from Anatolia.
So, Wyoming. Thank you. Okay, so Earth has gone to shit, basically. Like, we turned Earth into, like, crackhead-infested KFC. If we're gonna use analogies, that's what I think it would be.
Check. Thousands of years this occurred, and now the Emperor of Mankind showed himself to put the pieces back together. Unifying Terra under his rule, the Emperor founded the Imperium of Man and ruled it with an iron fist. He was the supreme leader and nothing could stand against him.
I mean,
he wished to remove mankind from the yoke of its former failures, and he knew he would be the best leader they could have because he was right. AI banned. Religion banned. You did as the Emperor told you.
Sex
or his Thunder
banned.
War.
You wanna fucking do the nasty? Too bad. Test tube baby. Women banned. Like all of it banned. Sex was hella banned. Bad. You need to fucking give 50 paperworks for it or banned.
Since they are allegedly Amp's genuine babbies.
Oh, okay, thank you. Joy banned. No fun allowed.
Would put you in your place. That place often being a grave.
Oh.
Now, Terra was thriving, but humanity needed to reclaim its long-lost brethren scattered across the stars. But to do so,
yeah, sex in my Imperium,
needed
no.
those that could build him a fleet truly meant for the reconquering of the galaxy. And so he turned his attention to the red planet of Mars.
Ooh. Adeptus Mechanicus. I actually think that these
Mars
have some of the
Terra were close
best designs in Warhammer. I love the vibe. I love like the red cloaks and like all the mechanical bits and bobs. Like they look like fucking mecha wizards. It's great fits, chat. It is, I'm sorry. Yeah, the toaster fuckers.
Before the Unification Wars, Mars was the first world terraformed by humanity and became what would ultimately be the first hive world, an epicenter for industry and technology. The Age of Strife did not treat the red planet kindly, however. Mars was cut off from Terra during this time, and the warp storms that ravaged the planet turned it into an absolute nuclear hellscape.
Of course it did! Of course it did! What, a fucking planet moisturized and thriving in my Warhammer? Nah! Never, mama! Could never do it! A planet that's happy, a planet that's thriving, fuck you, no. It's Warhammer, everything sucks. Thanks, Eldar. Thank you, Eldar. Fucking summoned fucking Slanesh and made it everybody else's problems. Nothing can be happy in Warhammer. Everyone is bad. Access denied. We can no longer have any nice things. No prospering society, mama. Things need to be on the brink of death. No nice place to live. No pussy. No nothing. That's Warhammer energy.
The surface were turned into your run-of-the-mill mutant if they even survived the bombings they inflicted on themselves, but others were lucky enough to escape beneath the red sands in powerful fallout shelters. These became their generational habitats, but this resulted in extreme reliance on technology and those who could use it. They began to view the technology keeping them alive less as a technological advancement and
as
more
God.
of a divine intervention. With those
Wait, no, but like
skilled in
religion isn't allowed. It was like, oh, technology, God. I thought religion was not allowed. No fun allowed, mama. I know that, like, these are, like, technically the Empire of Man, but not really. They're on a different planet. Like, rejection of the flesh. Oh, are these the ones that turn themselves into robots? But they're not like the Necrons, right? They're too useful to the Emperor. He just ignores it. He just ignores it. Rules for thee, but not for me, mama. Hypocrisy. Energy! When I knew the wiggles in my flesh, we cast it off.
As priests,
I'm all
the
flesh,
Martians
so...
began to worship the power of the machine, and this resulted in the formation of the cult Mechanicus, the belief in a holy trinity known as the Three-in-One. The machine god, serving as the spirit who gave rise to all technologies known.
That's
the
so
motive
cool.
Force, the deity that gives all life its ability to live, and the Omnissiah, a physical manifestation of the machine.
So that's like tech
god.
Jesus. The Omnissiah is like tech Jesus. Yes.
Itself.
Oh!
This belief began to manifest in them physically as well. What were once humans began to really mess around with the character creator options, and this tech obsession made them view instances of flesh to be weak and spend their lives removing what
they would
makes
not
them
like me.
human
I'm mainly
and
flesh.
replacing it with mechanical augments, robotic limbs, glowing eyes, mechadendrite
But look how
arms.
fucking cool that looks, though. To be fair, like, look, I'm not gonna be an early adopter of this technology, but when we fucking master bionic arms, I'm getting one, okay? I'm getting one so I can draw faster, but, like, I'm not gonna do it in, like, the first gen of the bionic arms. That would be stupid. You need to wait a little bit till these things get cheaper and have better technology! This guy has, like, 3 bionic arms, though. They don't dislike organics, but they do feel pity that you don't have a metal arm yet. Oh, okay, okay. Lily's ready to chrome up. As soon as it's, like, feasible and it doesn't fucking destroy your brain, I would do it, yeah.
What was once a mass of flesh now looks like the back of a router, and the oldest members of the Mechanicus no longer even look slightly human.
No.
In addition to this, cloaked over all of their mechanical appendages are robes that reflect the color of their homeworld, the red robes of the Mechanicus.
Look how cool that
Cult
is.
Mechanicum, now the Adeptus Mechanicus, create a fascinating combination of cultures all birthed into one. Basically,
barely
techno-zealot
human.
monks.
Barely human.
Organic life is the machine god's greatest accomplishment within the scope of the great work. All praise he who is 3-in-1. By giving us life within an organic shell, he presents us with the means and opportunity to improve upon physicality, as is his divine plan. He grants us complex weakness so we might learn metallic strength and ascend to his level of machinic
So they're basically
perfection.
like, it's okay if you're born squishy, because you can make yourself not squishy. Just chop your arm off. Chop off your balls. Metallic dick. And then you're good! Well, it would be if they hadn't banned sex and women, but still. You have to become more like the machine gods. You have to become more metallic. Cyber
The
cock.
Emperor's arrival to Mars was very much a walking in with the pizzas while the room is on fire moment.
Yeah.
But to the Mechanicum, they saw his arrival as confirmation of their belief.
Oh,
they
no.
took one look at the glowing golden entity that showed up on their doorstep and were like, that's him. That's the guy right there. And they
Oh my god, wait.
accepted him
Did
as
they do the thing
Omnissiah.
like in Spy Kids 3 that were like, that's the guy? They just pointed at him like, that's the guy! And what if he wasn't the guy? What if he wasn't the guy? Yeah, basically, that's a terrible idea! That's an absolutely terrible idea. Holy shit, like a journey of maturity. It's Robo. Wait, so the Omnissiah is the Emperor? The Emperor is that guy. He is the guy now, yeah. They did. Oh my god, they're so stupid. I love them. They're so dumb. I love them. He's the guy. He's the dude. He's the dude. Okay, I'm sorry. There was a lot of discussion in the robot church circles whether he was or not, but it's heresy. Oh, so we can't talk about it. They're very dumb for all the technologies. It almost turns out that when you like replace your like fucking flesh with machines, no amount of CPU is going to get rid of dumb brain. He can't help but Gomax. To be fair, have you guys seen the Emperor? Like, before he became, you know, ew. Like, he was pretty up there. Genuinely. He looked great. Like, I mean, 9 feet tall, no more woman, like. They killed everyone that said no. Oh. Silly little toaster fuckers. Yeah. It's funny because the Emperor's like, no religion for you.
Obviously showing up and being called Machine Jesus shortly after wiping out all instances of non-Machine Jesus a little bit beforehand is an instance of capital H heresy.
Yes.
But the Emperor saw the bigger picture.
He
Were
saw
they
the people.
strange?
No, like, okay. This is why double standards exist, and this is why hypocrisy is a thing. He was like, I could just kill all of them because heresy bad, but I could also play into their delulus, use them for my own means, and pretend that it's not a religion and just ignore the fact that they're worshipping an old CPU. He saw they made weapons, so he let them live. Basically, rules for thee, but not for me. I am the Emperor, fuck you. I can have all the pussy I want, and I can let them worship computers. Nail on the head. I'm understanding so much about Warhammer.
With how they rubbed unguents on themselves, burned incense, and prayed to machines for them to work.
Imagine fucking
Sure,
praying
but
to,
that's
like, an AI data center. Like... Imagine fucking, like, praying to, like, your old CPU that's still blinking somehow, even though it's been through, like, hell and fucking back. And being like, oh, praise be, technology! And in reality, it's just because we can't go outside because we become Mars mutants. They don't like AI. Fine, okay, fine, no AI, but, like, to your old CPU, because it's machine. They're smart enough to know that AI is bad. That's one of the funny things about Warframe. They don't seem to like it very much.
A lot of production right there. So the Emperor devised the Treaty of Olympus Mons, a unifying
Oh, did you guys
agreement
know that
between
Olympus Mons is like the biggest fucking volcano ever? It's on Mars. It's gigantic. I don't know if it's ever erupted ever, but it's like the biggest one ever. Yeah.
and Mars, and this union would be permanently etched into the Aquila of the Imperium as the two-headed eagle. One head for Terra, the other for Mars. The forces of the Emperor would be supplied with all the technology and weapons they needed to reunite the scattered remnants of humanity under one banner. And the Mechanicum of Mars would be able to keep doing what they were doing religiously and scientifically, so long as they kept up their tithes.
Yeah, just give us your fucking like technology and we won't gank all of you. A tithe, if you guys don't know this, it's actually something that you have to give to the church like once a year if you're like devout. It's like 10% of your income. It's a form of like offering as well. I guess the tithes here in Warhammer is just give us technology or we gank you. It's like the religion tax.
Tithe meant total quality control over all technology in the Imperium. Is it a big spaceship? AdMech take care of that. Tanks? AdMech take care of that. The literal bullets in a gun? You guessed it.
They take care of it.
Unlike the factories of today, the Forge Worlds of Mars and the creations of the Mechanicum are a bit of a different experience altogether. Instead of a factory on a random given world, the entirety of the planet's surface is dedicated to manufacturing. But that's a little tricky, isn't it? Considering that the usage of Silica Animus, or AI, is a big no-no.
Oh, I hate that! Oh, I hate that. I forgot how cursed AI shit was at the beginning. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, no AI. AI bad. That's horrifying. Ugh.
Largest affront to their divine machine god possible.
I hate that.
There's a really neat alternative that they've come up with, and that's called a servitor.
Ricky, can we get rid of
devices that can do anything from manufacturing, maintenance, basic door operation, even just float around.
Mama,
like
that's
a
a
helpful
skull.
little drone.
Ew.
It's an extremely easy process too. All you need to do is take a human who is dying or preferably an enemy of the state, most likely that one, and lobotomize them, and then reprogram their brains to do exactly what they tell you.
I mean,
they even got little baby versions of them. Yay! So now you can rest.
Warhammer. Warhammer. Oh, ew! Why? That's a cherub. That's disgusting. Not real babies. It's slavery. If it's slavery, but like they don't know they're slaves because you're like lobotomized. That's vile. Grimdark. Oh my god. It's gonna get worse, isn't it? It's gonna get worse, isn't it? Because it's Warhammer. Jesus Christ. Get the servo skulls. No, ew. No AI, so we're just gonna use a human brain instead. Ugh. No, not actual babies. Oh, thank God. It gets way worse. I can't wait.
See, knowing that the entirety of the Imperium, because they outlaw AI and learning new tech is heresy, is run on lobotomized slaves.
Ew!
Whether they deserve it or not is unimportant, and whether they can still keep their consciousness trapped in their own minds is another thing entirely.
I don't think they should be able to. Ooh. Oh. Maybe let's not let them stay conscious.
Your incompetence is showing.
An excerpt from the Servitor Creation Factories. Naked human beings were standing in a switch-packed line between high fences. The manufactorum produced servitors, but it was more akin to an abattoir than a workshop. Every surface was easily cleanable. Servitors with spray units surgically attached to their backs prowled about, hosing filth from slit drains set into the perfectly smooth, slanted floors. As the line slowly advanced, the people were passed through various scanning devices, most of them mounted in ugly, functional arches that let out a constant series of acceptance chimes. Occasionally, one would let out an angry blare, and the indicator lumens would flash red. The rejected person was then swallowed up by a trapdoor opening beneath their feet. From these pits wafted a hideous stench and the grinding sounds of industrial mincers. One rejected man grabbed onto the lip and hung there, arms and hands bloodied, shouting a stream of defiant profanities. Guards lined the grating either side of him and shocked him until he fell. The adepts wouldn't even waste bullets on these people. The trapdoor flipped up, and the next terrified person was ushered forward. Violent metal arms snatched them up and spread-eagled them in the air, and a servitor shearer shaved them all over. At another, they were subjected to a high-pressure counterseptic wash whose chemical stink made me choke from 100 feet away.
Oh my! Ricky, why are you reading this to
Machines
classical
forcibly
music?
dressed them in a heavy rubberized garment common to all monotask servitors. These were saggy on them, all one size, until another process shrank them to fit their bodies, where metal cuffs, sockets, and collars bit into vulnerable flesh.
Yeesh.
The last few prayers gave way to screams at that point, and even the most stoic shouted in pain. They were ushered over a floor, buzzing with power that made them shriek with every footstep.
Why?
What's that for? I asked. Follicular inhibitor. To stop their hair from growing.
Oh, God!
Said. Freaking sweet, Lois.
There's a thing that you can use to, like, permanently remove your hair, but it involves literally electrically shocking every pore in your body. They did that. They did that. They bald you. Here comes up the machines. Ooh. It's literally the only form of permanent hair removal, but it's so painful to go through it that most people would rather not. That's, yeah, no, ew. Ugh. We're bad guys. Everyone in Warhammer is bad. Welcome to AdMech. I hate it here. Biggest skip the worst part from which I'm glad. I kind of want to know what it is.
As for their scientific pursuits, the Mechanicum believe in the preservation of knowledge above all and the quest to expand it. However, as opposed to just innovating and inventing on their own with their vast technological know-how, they believe that it is a form of tech heresy. You see, because of their religious viewpoints on
Why would you want to shave your Roomba? I mean, why would you want to make a Roomba out of a person? I hate it here.
They believe that the instruction booklet itself is just as holy as the Lego set it builds. And to innovate on that without the proper written knowledge is to go against the divine word of the machine.
So they don't believe in, like, technological advancement?
Is already in the universe. You simply need to rediscovering it and attempting to invent something to improve upon divinity is very heretical. Prior to the Age of Strife, humanity was able to populate the stars with devices known as Standard Template Constructs, or STCs. These devices were, as far as we know, supercomputers with the ability to pull up and detail how to create literally anything a startup colony would need. Essentially, they were devices with the entirety of human technological know-how.
Are those still allowed? I feel like those would be very close to AI, so they would be like, no! It's that, or it's like they're divine gods. I feel like that comes very, very close to AI. I feel like they would just be like, absolutely not. They are AI, so not allowed. Banned. Banned forever. It's just like a big printer. Yeah, but they probably don't want it.
Could make a home away from home. The Mechanicum will not make anything without an STC. Quite literally nothing, because this is the knowledge they seek, and that knowledge is divine. One time, scouts of the Imperial Guard found a
So the big printer
STC.
is okay, but no other AI is allowed. Like the big printer? Yeah, that's fine. That's God. Pretty much. That's so hypocritical. I feel like everything in fucking Warhammer is hypocritical. Let's do some supers, by the way.
SCX is legal, but no girls allowed.
I know, that's what it feels like Warhammer is. Thank you. That's religion for you, Lily. Huh.
Actually, there may have been a woman involved in the creation of the Space Marines. But it's all hearsay and the records have been destroyed. And it's all parody, anyways.
So maybe no woman. Thank you.
Fun fact, it's literally heresy to invent new things for the Mechanicus. Yes, it's incredibly dumb. They are okay with stealing tech from aliens though.
I mean, I guess that's one way to do it. You just can't invent it yourself because you're improving on divinity. Thank you.
The tech bra get a pass since they make all the tech and guns.
Yep, and literally no one else gets a pass ever. The Emperor's like, oh, religion, bad. Thank you. Loopholes, baby.
Long story short, Martians are given an explicit exception because Ethi are the only ones who know the Wi-Fi code.
Literally, if you don't know the Wi-Fi password, you're not allowed. Thank you.
Mechanicus are allowed to worship because, you wanna purge aliens? Well, good luck doing that without the guns and bullets.
Yeah, if you don't
I meant
have the tech
you,
for it, you
nerd.
can't do it. Thank you.
Common Mechanicus oops is accidentally awakening an Ekron tomb world because shiny tech.
No, they would do that. They would absolutely do that. Thank you.
Just to clarify, sex isn't banned. Humanity breed like rats in the universe and there's no law against sex.
What?
As long as you're not making cults and she who thirst name sex is okay. Admech do test tube babies.
See, sex is not banned, but women are. It's all Omega Men. Omegaverse! Pregnant! Thank you. It's just all the Omegaverse.
Lily, look up the term cargo cult that explains the Mechanicus in a nutshell.
Thank you. Tags, Empreg, Gregnet.
That provide the schematics on a knife that happened to be a bit lighter and a bit sharper than most other knives. These knives were adopted by 30 Space Marine chapters and were one of the most advanced discoveries of the century. This discovery was so significant that they were each awarded a planet for finding this. A planet for a machine that taught them how to make knives. Due to their religious organization, you can probably guess the Mechanicum are organized in a feudal structure with the highest individuals in power being a part of the priesthood. Cream of the crop being the fabricator general of Mars itself, who serves as a high lord of Terra, but also oversees the entirety of the Mechanicum below. Below them are tech priests that oversee the cult for the quest of knowledge and other more
Okay, can I say something? I know I'm muted. Boomer Lily moment. Ugh. Can I say something? Dude, the tech priests are probably my favorite, like, thing of this factor. They're badass. They're so cool. Like, they have, like, the best drape and, like, all the cool mechanical biddies. Like, so cute. Stop saying mute, you fucking degenerates. I get it. But I like the tech priests a lot. I do think that the Mechanicus have some of, like, the most cool drip in Warhammer. I just really like the color a lot. It's so good. Like, you know. They're like one of the first things that drew me in. Yeah, for me, I see it and I'm like, dude, the color scheme and then like all the mechanical biddies. Yeah, that's dope. I like that quite a bit. I can't wait to make it into Beautiful Woman.
straightforward theocracy. Forged worlds tend to operate slightly more independently, what can cause some power struggles within the Mechanicum, because, you know, despite them all being weird robots, they love being given praise. And despite being the manufacturer
who doesn't like
the
praise?
Imperium, they do
if your brain
have
was
their
originally
own...
human, who doesn't fucking like praise? Praise is the tits. Praise is the thing that makes you the happiest, okay? Like, if you're making anything, praise is like... People don't understand how much you can fuel a creator by just giving some praise, okay? Whenever someone, like, fucking tells me that they like something that I make, it's like fucking Christmas, okay? It makes my day. Every fucking person that makes anything is like that. We like it. Praise good. Praise kink. The robots have a praise kink. I don't blame them. I like your early. Thank you!
military forces. They have the Skitarii Private Army and all their various 1920s Martian-style mechanisms like Doom Crawlers, Castellan robots, and of course,
shit.
the Titan Legions. Because nothing is cooler than a robot that towers over buildings. Ultimately,
it is a
their
building.
very dogmatic view on technology as a whole has resulted in any innovation becoming absent, thus causing the Imperium to stagnate as a whole. The lack of ambition
Do you
to create
think that, like,
new and
there's, like, technology inbreeding here? Like, they can't invent anything. So, technology, part of, like, the thing that makes technology super important is the fact that it has to, like, advance. So do you think in, like, trying to not invent anything, they're just, like, circling back around old stuff and, like, making, like, fucking concepts with old stuff and then just fucking inbreeding it to filth? Sweet Home Alabama Tech. Yeah! Alabama Tech is the way that we would probably describe this. Like, the Habsburg chin of technology, where, like, it's been thousands of years and you're still using a floppy disk. Meanwhile, the other alien has, like, a fucking Lightning 5 cable that goes straight into your fucking urethra and gives you all the information you could ever want. And then these motherfuckers are still fucking throwing floppy disks at you. That's why they have 50 tubes instead of 1! It sounded like that, yeah? Necron tech is certainly beyond my business. Necrons have, like, the best tech, I think.
The wholesale murder of anyone who even tries leads to things becoming derelict.
Yeah.
I grow weary of this flesh I was born into, strangely disgusted by its nature.
Oh.
I crave only the cold, clean certainty of steel and silicon, that I might become one with the blessed machine.
Why would you do that to yourself? That's literally just describing Joel. Like, I'm tired of my flesh. Please give me porcelain. Like...
I do not expect you to understand, you who cling to your flesh as if it were immortal, seeking only to preserve it, to protect it. One day you will see the folly of your ways, and then no doubt you will come begging to my order to preserve you.
I would rather not become a robot waifu, thank you. I like being Space Goop, okay? I like being Space Goop. It gives me a lot of versatility that I could not do as a machine.
Have been set unification-wise, it was time to start getting things together for the Emperor's great crusade across the stars to bring humanity under one banner. The Thunder Warriors were a perfect fighting force for unifying Terra.
I love the art
Luna,
from
but the
Warhammer because
galaxy
sometimes you get like these really super detailed things, and then sometimes you get something that like it's painted nicely, but it has chopped perspective.
was a whole different thing. You see, these warriors weren't soldiers in the eyes of the Emperor. They were tools, extremely blunt tools, used for the fast
You can say that
conquest of
again.
Terra.
They're
As the
square as shit. Oh, it's like a coffee maker.
Emperor was concerned, the tools you use at home aren't the same ones you take on a road trip. So the Emperor rid himself of
Are
his
there really
tools in
people
the
who take like fucking fancy coffee makers on road trips? Just use the coffee machine of the hotel. What's so difficult about that?
Manner you think he did, and he went forward to crafting a brand new tool, one more mobile, more efficient, and ready for his
yes,
next
and they suck. That
era
looks
of
so
conquest.
inefficient.
They shall be my finest warriors, these men who give of themselves to me. Like clay, I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war forge them. They will be of iron will and steely muscle. In great armor shall I clad them, and with the
are these the
mightiest
Space
guns
Marines?
will they be armed. They will be untouched by plague or disease. No sickness will blight them. They will
Nor
have
pussy
tactics,
shall dilute
strategies,
their mind. Mama. They shall be tempted by nothing. Except maybe pussy. Except maybe over dudes. Because the Omega Burst needs to happen. But none of them weaknesses! None temptations! Only strength. And will of iron. And no vagina. They canonically all have ED. Oh! Oh no, that's so sad. Is that true? Yeah. Oh, I was joking! I was so joking. Okay, so they're like there's like so much steroids in there that the pee-pee just... I have to ask Jax about it. It's like, Jax, is it true that they have like no functioning pee-pee? Like, she's gonna be like, yes! She's not even gonna get weirded out by it. Like, they can't experience sexual attraction, so it doesn't matter. Boo! You did it perfectly as a joke, and then it turns out that that's legit what happened. Dude, I feel so bad for them, though. It just limp dick forever. One book described the marine as equine down there. But what does it matter if the horsecock doesn't horsecock? You can't send your asshole into shock if it doesn't get hard, mama. If it doesn't get hard, it's just a nasty fucking sausage. Like, just... like, oh, okay, that did nothing. They do care. Useful hormones, though. Guys, if you use too much steroids, your dick is gonna turn green and fall off, okay? Like, don't do it. If there's no use for pee-pee, it is weakness. That's so sad. There's tools. What use has a tool for a pee-pee? But still sad. I have a question. This might be cursed, but whatever. If a dick no longer works, like it's limp dick forever, but it's super long because of all their space marine dipshittery, does it count as like a tail in the front? Is it like a front tail, like an elephant trunk that has like no actual purpose except to like maybe piss out of? Like, yes? Okay, sure, yay! If you want front tail, sure, why not? Like, if it can't get pee-pee hard anymore, like, it's just like a tail that you piss out of. It's an oversized pee hose. No UTIs for you, though. Lily, what? You can't have a prehensile ween tail if you can't move it.
Fun fact, I believe there's a tech priest woman who, despite being mechanical, wanted to immortalize her human form, so she made a perfect metal copy of her naked torso to proudly display wherever she goes. I could be wrong though.
Okay, to be fair, the cherubs are usually vat grown.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Cherubs are vat grown.
Ew, I don't like that about the cherubs.
Disturbed by them.
I don't like that about the cherubs. Usually. Yeah, what do you mean usually? Ew. It's still there. You're still growing a person.
Old lore was actual babies. New lore is vat grown.
Okay, that's still really bad though, but thank you. Does your character have a name? Oh, you mean, this that I'm using? Yeah, Lilygoth.
Cherub servitors, grimdark because the 40k universe is inherently hostile and brutalizes its inhabitants into the worst version of themselves.
It's just really mean. It's just really, really mean, but thank you. Bat race babies, but no! Lilygoth with 2 G's, cause like a Shoggoth. I'm Eldritch, so that works.
Fun fact. Sex servitors do exist, apparently used like street workers because why not? Techno horror for everyone.
Oh,
Smiley face
jeez.
emoji.
But at least the fucking, Adeptus Mechanicus can still, like, feel pleasure.
To be
Thank you.
fair, the AdMech would probably treat an actual Roomba better than they treat people.
Yeah, they would be much nicer to that Roomba, actually. Thank you.
You will pound Bussy, and you will like it.
That's exactly what it is. Only Bussy for you. Only Bussy. Thank you.
Paradoxically, 40k tech is still pretty cool. Just look at the Space Marines or Knights as example.
I mean,
also,
it is.
The leader of the AdMech is pretty interesting.
It is really cool tech. It's just old-fashioned looking.
It's heavy
Thank you.
implied that the Omnissiah is one of the Necron Catan shards known as the Void Dragon since it was trapped inside Mars itself.
Oh, okay. Thank you. In the grimdark future of the 41st millennium, there is only Bussy. Ba-ba-ba-bam.
Most other factions, except for the Tau and kind of the Aeladri, do not innovate much, either, so it's fine.
Innovation is good for you, though. Thank you.
Made into a servitor is akin to death penalty.
That is a death penalty if you're getting lobotomized, though. Thank you.
And machines so that no foe can best them in
Oh,
battle.
by the way, yeah,
They
fun
will
fact,
be
for Rule
my
34 tag
bulwark
on me, it's mostly my art. If you want to see more of Lilygoth's art, I do recommend that you go to my Twitter. There's more stuff in there. I am working on the website, I swear to God. Anyway, Bricky.
against the terror. They are the defenders of humanity. They are my soul.
I love how the editor fucking tries to choose the worst shot of Bricky he can find for these. He's just like mid-talking and it's just like, okay, there you go, perfect.
And they shall know no fear. The vastness
No
of the
fear
Milky
and
Way
no
galaxy
pussy.
meant that the Emperor needed assistance bringing everyone back to the fold. And who better to do this than himself? But since the technology to be in many places at once does not exist anymore, the Emperor decided that it was time to become a dad, the same way Geppetto did.
It's the test tube babies. It's the 19 sons. It's like, oh, did he have any daughters? No. Like, no women allowed. If Bricky edits his own videos, then he's very, like comedically mean to himself. I love it. I don't think Bricky edits his own stuff. I don't think so. Test tube babies.
And there was the time the AdMech converted a bunch of gene stealers into Skitarii servitors.
Oh.
It did go as well as you expected, and they totally didn't turn onto the tech priests.
Absolutely, they probably did, though. Thank you.
The Brotherhood of Bussy.
It is the Brotherhood of Bussy. I'm so sad that their dicks don't work, though.
I'm actually not 100% sure of the Ed thing. Gilliman came back to life, long story, and he may or may not be screwing a Dark Eldar lady.
I mean, maybe if you, like, switch factions and you're not wearing the suit anymore. Thank you.
Gilliman dating a Dark Elf baddie is a meme.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm trying to make the Emperor to make daughters, too, but he ignored them. Yeah. No girls allowed.
The Panor still functions. Sex just doesn't bring glory to the Emperor, so it doesn't matter.
So they don't really care about it. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Naughty children go in the flesh machiner.
No, that's so mean, but thank you. Big E thought that Malkador's suggestion to have daughters was a joke. Oh.
Children are turned into space marines, not adult.
Oh, so it's like basically like dead-ass castrating them when they're little, which is what a lot of some cultures did do that. There was a type of singer called the like I don't remember, but like they castrated them.
I don't really know much about 40K. Just want to say I appreciate you and the stuff you make.
Thank you. That's super sweet. Yeah, castrati were stingers that were never allowed to fucking hit puberty, so they like just castrated them when they were young, and that's why their voices never changed. I guess it's something similar to that. They just overload them with hormones, but thank you. Like eunuchs. Yeah, exactly. Like weird, beefy testosterone eunuchs. Hormones first, yeah. There's a lot of body modifications of Space Marines, children to make them Space Marines. Oh, they start young and then they get brainwashed. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's like the most elaborate way to make a blender I've ever seen. Alright, Bricky, more.
And with far less care. It is not my son, Arkin. None of them are. They are warlords, generals, tools bred to serve a purpose.
Oh,
just
how
as
a nice
legions
father.
were bred to serve a purpose.
Fatherhood.
The Primarch Project was started to create charismatic and unique leaders in the Imperial military. The diversity of these eventual leaders meant that each one could be specialized for certain circumstances across the galaxy. Depending on the type of conflict, one leader might be better than the other.
Insane
so
designs, by the way.
forcing one leader to acclimate to a situation directly, it would be better to send a specialized leader and force to handle it.
And that's
In
why there's so
order to
many
do
of them.
this, the Emperor used his genetic know-how and maybe a little bit of that forbidden stuff to create these genetically perfect gene
Does
fathers
forbidden
that
mean
had the
sex or
ability to-
pussy? Like, what forbidden stuff, Bricky? You gotta elaborate, Bricky. I need to know, Bricky. Warp magic, so pussy. Very naive of me to think they meant pussy, though, honestly. Evil pussy, yes!
serve as his analog directly, and also serve as the leaders of the respective Space Marine legions. All 20, all 18, that's right, all 19 of his sons were meant to be
Yeah, you have to use the right number, otherwise the fandom is gonna bite your head off. artwork. Who is this man in the background that's like right behind my head? Very handsome man. We also have like Ravan right behind my head. Like, we got fucking angry Kratos back here. I see a lot. Like,
himself, despite their genetic differences, and they go as follows in order.
Okay.
Lionel Johnson, Fulgrim, Percherabo, Jagged.
What the fuck? What?
As follows in order.
Okay, pretty.
Lionel Johnson, Fulgrim.
Are you telling me there was really, like, it really is the kingdom of the bussy? Like, that's Twinkie. That's a Twinkie. There is no heterosexual explanation for this picture. That Twinkie's cream-filled, mama. Like, he's very Twinkie. No, there's no denying that. Yeah, that one is, yeah, like, is that canon? Then we have fucking Cable Head over here. Ew. Wait, weren't they supposed to be perfect? There's no perfection here. There's no perfection if your head has to be full of wires. Louis, what? There's no heterosexual explanation for 40K. That's why we like it. It's for the men's. Yeah.
Percherabo, Jagged.
I'm very confused about this one. Like, there's a horse, and it's like a very clearly like, it's giving like Mongolian. It's like now all of China knows you're here. But like, there is no China. We're in space. There's no tech in here. This dude just looks like a fantasy character. There's this Mongolian space marine. He's quote-unquote Mongolian. The Mongols are there for some reason, I guess. I'm learning so much about this fucking game, chat. I swear to God. Space Mongolians. Yeah, sure. You know what? I'm space Mexican. You know what? I can believe that.
Icon, Lehman Russ.
I like this one. This one has like aggressive Viking energy. I like the death glare that I'm getting. I'm kind of into it. Like, I'm kind of into the death glare, mama. I like it. Space Norway, yes. Space Viking.
Rogel.
Oh, just white man. Like, would you like a white man with your Happy Meal? Would you like to supersize it? There you go. This is like a very typical white superhero Homelander, yeah. A little bit, yeah. I am fortifying the palace, mama. Homelander if he won. I still don't know what The Boys is about. I just know it has freaky tentacle sex at one point.
Dorn, Conrad.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Aggressive. Aggressively fucking, like, ratty energy. This evil Batman. Yeah. Vampire Batman? That fucker. Murder Space Batman. He does have, like, very murder hobo energy. I love the artwork for these. Like, all of these could be a space thing, but they could also be a fantasy thing, and you would never know the difference if you did not know that these were all from 40K.
Curse, saying,
is this a good one? Whenever someone says like Witness is like the good one, it's like this is a good one because this looks like a fucking biblical allegory, not so much a person. Like, best boy, like, is it best boy in like it's an actual best boy, or is it in the Warhammer sense that he like viciously betrayed somebody and then ate their brain? Because like I can never tell with you people. I can never tell with you people. I never know. Actual best boy, the Emperor's perfect boy. He's angel-coded. He's the real best boy. No, he's actually the guy. Okay, so it's not like fucking Grimdark that's like, it's best boy because he ate someone's face. Because, like, you can never tell with this fucking thing. He was beloved by all. Oh, no, was? Did he get ganged? Like... Fair, like, he's actually, like, the nice one. Yes. Of course he did! We can never have anything nice!
Ferris
Another man. This is your average protagonist for every game in the 2000s, by the way. Every game in the 2000s had John McBaldbald. And that was it. That was what you got. That was your fucking MC. This is literally the default man in every character creator. If you fucking just go default in Dark Souls, this is what you get. Deadass. John Marine. Yeah. Except this is a Primarch, apparently. John Halo. It was probably the first one that the Emperor made, and he would not be fucking bothered to change the settings, so we just stuck with this.
Man is Angron.
I mean... Did we really just call a character Engrog? Just Angron, like, angry man? As, like... Warhammer. Like, they are wordsmiths. Yes, he's angry. They are poets! They are literally fucking weaving words into names and lore and sentences with, like, a golden needle and thread. Like, they're like, he's a little upset. Yeah! Like... The more I consume Warhammer stuff, the more I'm like, you know what? You guys are right. This is depressing to the point of going all the way back around and being funny. I can absolutely believe that the Emperor made these people, because it's like, okay, what is his purpose? Righteous rage. Okay, and wrong it is. Angron it is. Como sangrón, güey. Only 2 of them were named by Biggie, as the rest of my others. I would like to think that this one was named by the Emperor. And he could not be bothered.
Robute.
Chat. Chat, please explain this picture to me. Why am I looking at a motherfucker that looks like Caesar? That looks like Caesar. And has, like, the laurel crown, but he also has massive Space Marine pauldrons and, like, angel wings. This is, like, aggressively, like, homosexual, like, affectionate. This is, like, bara.com.org. Like, the Dujins must go wild for this. It's like wrestling, which is supposed to be, like, not like WWE, like, wrestling. It's supposed to be, like, super manly and shit, but, like, you still have to oil up 2 motherfuckers and watch them grope each other. Like, it's meant to be super manly, but, like, The planet he's from is, like, a ancient Rome aesthetic. Yeah, but, like, why does he have wings? This is the guy that, like, he's fucking the dude and everyone's like, oh, really? Right in front of my salad? Like, there's a lot of artwork of this guy doing a space elf, by the way. Oh, I love that.
Gilliman, Mortarion.
I like, hold on. I like that one. I like this one. This is a fucking, we can't see his face, but, like, he's doing something. The wings are, like, accessories. Oh, okay, so they're not actually coming out of his back. I've never seen anything funnier than, like, a dude with the most square face on the planet with, like, angel wings. Stinky? Why is everybody saying he's stinky? Morty. Uh-oh, Stinky.
Magnus the...
What the fuck? Wait, no, you did have to use fucking chaos or whatever to make this shit, because this is not a perfect being. He's fucking... Está tuerto el cabrón. He's missing an eye, and, like, he's, like, bright fucking asshole red. What's going on here? What's the story? Nerd.
Red. Horus Lupin.
Okay. Yeah. Dude, if there is a yaoi scene in Warhammer, it must go so hard. The yaoi scene for the men, actually. Not for the girly pop fujoshis. This is like the yaoi scene for the men. It must go hard as fuck. The bara. The absolute barosity we can fucking get from this artwork. Holy shit. Wait, is this Horus? Wait, everything's your fault! Is this not the guy who, like, fucking immortally wounded father who made the test tube babies, and that's why he's stuck on the throne forever, like, dying? Like... Yeah, he kind of looks like Lex Luthor, and that's what he thinks he looks like in Superman's fantasies, but Superman is just like, fuck you. Like... They call it the Horus Heresy for a reason. I have like 40 of those. He also killed Sanguinius. Oh no!
We're called Lorgar.
Okay. How many of these were just default bald setting and Dad didn't bother to change it? They were like, hey, Emperor, this looks like the other guy. And he was like, fuck. So he just scribbled some signs on his forehead.
Vulcan.
Oh, I like this one. This one's kind of badass with like the fucking golden armor and he's like gray. I like this one. Vulcan looks like the tits. I'm sorry, Vulcan has a great design. And you guys are saying best boys, so yay, I have good taste.
In Corvus Corax.
Some of them have like Severus Snape hair and I have to question the fucking decisions of like Dad when he made these test tube babies. Like... Were these made in the 80s? This is like the most 80s hairstyle I've ever seen, like 80s rock. Emo boy, yes. Hey! Yay! I was right! Some of that, you can tell the aesthetics from like, what year they made them from like the aesthetics. My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance was like the 2000s though. Aggressively 80s, fully realized in the 90s, I would argue. Huh. Primarchs have been around for a really long time. Interesting.
And Alfarius and...
Another bald! Why is, like, the default setting just bald, bulky man? It's either super long hair or bald, no in between. Do you want, like, fucking long, luscious hair or delete it bald? Bald equals evil. That's so mean to bald people. That's so mean to the baldies out there.
Megon. His sons, finalized and crafted to be the warriors he needed them to be, were complete. But he may have decided to do a bit of dabbling with things he shouldn't have and paid a price.
Of course he did.
Before the Primarchs were ready to go, an intervention by the gods of chaos prevented his plan from being completed as intended.
Oh, stinky.
Sources vary. The ultimate result of the Chaos God intervention was that all of the Emperor's tools were scattered throughout the galaxy at unknown places and times.
Wait, seriously? The Chaos Gods were like, nuh-uh, bitch, and then just went and fucking split them across the universe? That's so mean! They just yeeted, like, the yeetening. And then he was like, no, my test tube babies! So now they're in different places. They threw them around like darts. Why not just kill them? Why not just kill them? Like, I'm curious. Is this because it's the start of the game and they have to split them so you have to collect them like Chaos Emeralds or what? Kind of? Is it really that? Like, just collecting them like fucking Chaos Emeralds? Like, pretty much. It's more fun that way. Ah. So none of them never actually met their dad. So, like, this is like the faction of daddyissues.com.org. Is there a lore reason as to why he couldn't just make new ones? Be like, ah, fuck, the first batch got yeeted. Let's make some more. They're all like default bald dude anyway. Yeah, about that. He put a ton of resources into the first batch. How much spunk? They were allowed to make. So is this penis out of juice or what? Someone has to fucking broger into the test tube, I guess. Like, too much money. It was like a one-time deal. Oh, what? We can't do it again. It's implied they're like magical in nature. Then just use more. It took all of his loads. Oh, it's sadness.
One of his sons ended up in a completely different world, and instead of being able to directly influence their upbringing, these children were instead forced to experience the unique nature of their respective homeworlds. Some had a great time and lived in general luxury.
And then they ate shit for it.
Not so much.
Yeah! Don't worry,
closest
everybody who has a
advisor,
nice time in Warhammer has to pay that price back in spades.
Adore the Sigilite, saying, "All right, Chief, let's try this one again." The Emperor sensed each of his sons were still very much alive, and one of the primary objectives of the Great Crusade shifted to
literally, it's go find these fucking jackasses like the Chaos Emeralds. Go collect bald men. I want the one in the purple armor and the one in the green armor and the Twinkie one, and then when you have a full set, someone betrays you and you die.
Of his sons, so they could take command of their specific Space Marine legions and carry out his will. These original Space Marine legions that were created alongside their Primarchs go, in order, the Dark
Oh my god, Bricky.
Angels, Emperors,
I like the purple ones. The purple ones are dope.
Children, Iron Warriors,
Fuck yeah.
White Scars.
Yeah! Wait, these are the Mongols! Wait, hold on, yeah, the Space Mongolia! Fuck yeah!
Space Wolves.
What the fuck? Dude, you learned so much about Warhammer just from, like, the artwork of Space Wolves. Okay, I mean, I guess they look the part. Are they, like, literally werewolves, or do they just have, like, fucky teeth and beards? I told you, furries. Wait, are they actually furries? Yes. Wait, really? Space furry. No way, really? Some of them, yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Wolves, Imperial.
Yellow. Piss.
Fist, Night Lord.
I like the Night Lords. They're vampire coded. Or they might be actual vampires, because it's Warhammer. You never know.
Blood Angels.
Blood Angels is a badass fucking name. I have to say that much. That's a fucking great name.
Iron Hands. World Eaters.
Jesus, World Eaters is also fairly badass as a name.
Ultramarines.
Ultramarine is like John Warhammer. Ultramarine is like the first thing that I knew about when I fucking encountered Warhammer.com.org. These are the ones with like massive limp dick, apparently. Like, when I first saw like someone painting miniatures, I saw them painting one of these. Who leads this one? Is this John Primarch? The Lame Marines. Yes. It's Gulman. The Roman one. I knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I just, for some reason, my brain told me it's the Roman guy. It's the guy with the angelwings.com.org. Mr. Caesar's boring ass bitch ass marine. I'm sorry, you have something like the fucking Blood Angels, and then you show me this blueberry fucking ass, and I'm like, why am I gonna play with a figure that looks like a Captain Crunch box got turned into armor when I could play with the Blood Angels? Like,
Death Guard.
look at that shit.
Whoosh. Thousand Sons.
Dude, look at that shit! Those are fucking dope. That is fucking fire. Like, are the ones that look obviously evil, do they become evil? Yes. Oh! I mean, look. Evil. Stinky.
Thousand
Might be evil. Stinky.
Sons. Luna Wolf
Normal.
was eventually Sons of Horus. The Word
Evil.
Bearers. Salamanders.
Not evil, because I know for a fact that this dude is cool. So these look menacing, but they're actually great.
Raven Guard.
I mean, I'm not gonna fucking stereotype, but
and the Alpha Legion.
the Alpha Legion looks badass, though.
Space Marines, unlike their gene fathers, the Primarchs are not made in a vat. There is a process to recruit more members from humanity itself, which seems a bit
Great. We don't grow them. We snatch them. We snatch them when they're children. And then we make this. Jesus fucking Christ. Meow.
strange considering how massive a Space Marine is compared to a normal man, but don't forget, the Emperor is really good with genetics.
Yeah, we know about your fucking
These
baby
prospects
batter,
are
my guy. Okay. No, I have to leave it here before we get super into, like, the Space Marines. But, like, this is fascinating. Okay, I think that so far, like, the Empire of Man has had some of the wildest shit. Like, I thought the Elder were gonna be pretty wild, but, like, the Elder were just got too horny for their own good. The Empire of Man were the ones that, like, let's just fucking do hypocrisy to our absolute fucking limit. And they've done some wacky shit. You know what? I kind of like the Emperor. I think that the Emperor is a wacky dude. Somehow I feel, and I know that he eats mad shit later, but I kind of feel bad for him. He's just trying his best after the fucking stupid horny elves fucked everything up. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the Empire of Man so far? We're going to get into the Space Marines next time, but, like, Breaky, holy shit, keep it coming. This is fascinating. I love learning about new things, and Warhammer has a lot to learn about. It really, really does. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to go check out some gamer subs so you can get that energy to Warhammer all night long, mama. Except remember, no girls allowed, ever. You guys shall not be distracted by the titty, alright? But you shall use code KIKIMATION for 10% off your entire order. Alright, I think that's about it for tonight's segments. Let me just do some more supers and then we can call it a day.
The idea of having the Primarchs be women was brought up in universe, but the man who proposed it claimed that sisters got along better than brothers and would be less infighting. He was laughed at.
Dude, that's true, but also not true. I fought with my sister a ton. Thank you.
Space Marine Ed is a 15-year-old meme that has no basis in lore.
I love how some people tell me that it's true, other people don't, and I'm just like, I'm just fucking taking it on the chin, honestly. Thank you.
Woman Marines did not sell, so no woman in canon.
Sadness, but at least we have some other lady stuff now. It's funny, which is more important than being true. If something is funny, I'm going to objectively believe it.
In the Emperor's defense, he tends to change how he speaks depending on who he's talking to, and he was talking to a tech priest when he said that, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I mean...
General consensus at the moment is that he cares.
Thank you.
Imps wanted one femboy in the batch.
And they say we got one, exactly one. Thank you. I'm sure that Lady Space Marines would have sold better if Warhammer started today. Yeah, but in the 80s, it was very much a, like, boys' club.
I feel like Slinishy Chaos Marines get it back.
Oh, yeah! That sounds fun. Thank you. Yeah, very macho. Nothing wrong with that, mind you.
Sanguinius is both an angel and a vampire, and is the best person among the Primarchs.
Was. But thank you.
Actually, best boy, we stan Sanguinius.
And then he just ate massive shit, though, but thank you.
Ferus Manus, Latin for Iron Hand, who has an iron hand and leads a legion called, you guessed, the Iron Hands.
The Iron Hands. Very creative. Yeah, thank you.
Basically, Lily, each of the Emperor's sons were yeeted by the Chaos Gods to different worlds what were disconnected from the Imperium, leading them to all to grow up in different cultures.
Okay, so there was going to be some culture clash there for sure then. Thank you.
To clarify, there was 20 Primarchs but apparently screwed up so bad that the Emperor wiped them from history and nobody was allowed to talk about them. When one son mentioned him, he was forced choked.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But thank you. In the 40 years since, girls have been allowed to get into interests that are not girly. Agreed, yeah.
Also, you could totally do an art review of the Primarchs.
If there's official artwork, we could talk about them, yeah. Thank you.
Let it be known that Ingron will always be one of the most tragic characters within the setting.
Wait, seriously?
Also,
The
Big
one that I
Expo
laughed at
swoosh
because of the
swoosh
name?
fun.
Energy. Thank you. Better, they have models. Ah.
We also have Inquisitor Obi-Wan Sherlock Cluso.
Okay, okay, thank you. He got a bad deal. Poor thing.
Rabute Gulliman, aka Robot Girly Man, aka Robot Gorilla Man, etc., etc.
Nice, thank you. You literally can't not be angry. That's sad.
Looks like he tosses Caesar's salad.
Hey! Thank you.
One of the goats, Bobby fucking G.
Thank you. It's a pity though. Sisters could have had a lot of thematic, very like
look,
Marines.
It's Robot Gorillaman.
Thank you. Or making the Age of Apostasy a bit similar to the Heresy. That'll be the same hype, but who knows? I mean, I think it's cool that girly pops can get into Warhammer now and like genuinely enjoy the hobby without being mocked for it. But the CS can say fuck. Now, if you spell it wrong, it will say it.
Gulliman was a mama's boy affectionate. His surrogate mom taught him politics and he often consulted her for advice.
Oh, that's nice. See, some women exist in Warhammer. Thank you.
Tons of artists ship Robot Gorillaman with an Eldar Death Priestess. It's complicated,
Oh,
but there are
yeah.
deep
You
lore
guys
reasons
mentioned
for
that
why it
earlier.
happens.
You guys did mention that earlier. I remember. Thank you.
Magnus was told to do nothing, and he did it wrong.
Oh, no. See, sometimes when you tell someone to do nothing, they will refuse to do everything but nothing. They will do everything but nothing, rather. Thank you. Yeah, you have to spell fuck wrong if you want the TTS to fucking read it. Girly Man's mom was actually a boss. Oh! Also, thank you.
That's not Alpharius. I am Alpharius.
Everyone is Alpharius. Thank you. The Emperor is half the problem of Val going downhill. He was trying his best.
The reason for the Lost Primarchs lore is because they were originally meant to have lost history so you can homebrew your own Space Marines, but realized that was stupid and retconned it to the Lost.
Oh, okay. I am learning so many things. Thank you.
Yeet the babies.
No, please don't do that. Don't yeet the test tube babies across time and space. Were they born adults? Thank you. No. Okay, so they did grow up a little bit.
You keep making jokes, but then it's exactly how it went down.
It is! I'm fucking surprised. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking make a bit out of this, and then it's like, no, that actually happened, Lily's like, oh, fuck. Thank you. They grew really fast. Oh! So it's like Gears in Guilty Gear.
The Blood Angels are the Vampire Marines, and they all strive to
Oh!
be as good and noble as Sanguinius.
I like that, though. I like that faction the best. Thank you. Sorta. Adult identifiers. It's like a gear.
Fun fact: the Space Wolves keep having to supply genetic samples to the Inquisition to test for warp mutations because of their wolf-like appearance.
Oh, I
They
wonder
keep
what
coming up
genetic
clean to my
samples.
knowledge.
I wonder what genetic samples. Thank you.
TBFM, the Ultramarines are actually really capable administrators. As a human, those are the guys whose territory you want to live in.
Yeah, probably. They seem chill. Thank you.
It took like 10 years for people to start taking the Ultramarines seriously again because they had a writer that kept trying to make them perfect.
Oh, yeah, no, that's always a bad idea. You need flaws. You need flaws. Thank you. Yeah.
40k is so dark and unsubtle that it loops back to comedic.
It does. I'm sorry. I lost my shit with a few of the things I saw today, but I loved it. Thank you. Other girls love the Blood Angels. I mean, Vampire.
Sisters of Battle, Adeptus Sororitas, are way cooler than Postmarines anyways. Can't wait until you get to them in video too.
Yeah, there's gonna be another video for that probably. Thank you.
There were no female space marines even in the 80s. There were minis that were female adventurers in power armor, but they weren't marines.
Okay, so marines just cannot be women. Makes sense. Fair, honestly. Thank you.
The pretty recently added female characters to the Custodes faction, who are very basically even better space marines made by the Emperor directly. A certain part
Isn't
of
the Emperor
fandom
like
got
a
mad,
husk at
and
this
they
point,
sold
though?
horribly.
Well, that's cool. Thank you.
Angron was an empath. He was made into a slave gladiator. Tech was forced
Oh,
into his
no.
brain as punishment to cause extreme pain when not feeling anger.
God, imagine headache if you're not angry. Jesus, that's terrible. That the cortisol would kill you. All right, and with that, we've caught up with supers. Guys, I gotta go. But thank you very much for joining me for more Warhammer time and for talking about Witch Hat for a little bit. I had a lot of fun. I generally enjoy making segments with you guys. But I will see you all tomorrow, all right? I want you guys to go have a good EP or a good meal or go drink some water or get some gsupps. Use my code. And I'll see you very, very soon, all right? Bye, things. Love you. Bye, bye, bye.